As the saying goes, a dragon has 9 sons, each with unique powers, but I was reborn as the most useless little black snake in the nest. Even shrimp soldiers and crab generals dared to spit at me. Just when I thought I would fall to the ground and become nothing, I unexpectedly activated the infinite Devour evolution system. As long as I kept eating, I could grow infinitely. Not only could I evolve into a creature capable of overturning rivers and seas, I could also evolve into a holy mother who embodies the heavenly Dao, or even a primordial race that split heaven and earth. I could successfully evolve, but just as I was thinking about finding a few female dragons later and reaching the peak of dragon life, Dragon Mom's mournful cry suddenly came from afar. My 8 brothers and sisters, hearing the commotion, instantly got up. They eagerly swam towards the direction of the sound. They weren't worried about Dragon Mom's safety at all. They were only waiting for Dragon Mom to emerge so they could divide the East Sea Dragon Spring and the Dragon Clan's supreme treasure, the sea-stabilizing pearl. Only I remained coiled in place, my face solemn. I could tell Dragon Mom's voice was erratic, her aura chaotic. Her dragon cry was full of resolute warning. That was an intuition etched into my bloodline. It couldn't deceive anyone. Thinking of this, I quickly rushed forward, one tail whip for each. I individually flipped over the brothers and sisters who were rushing ahead, sending them rolling back onto the cold coral reef. I hissed, my voice hoarse but filled with chill. All of you, stay where you are. Anyone who dares to move a single step, I will cripple them today. All 8 brothers and sisters were stunned. They never imagined that the black loach they usually pushed around and molded as they pleased would dare to attack them. The eldest brother, realizing what was happening, instantly revealed his true form as an Yinglong. His 100-meter-long dragon whiskers covered the sky and obscured the sun. His dragon eyes wide, he was about to pounce on me. I didn't even spare him a glance. I turned and rapidly headed towards the black abyss. Behind me, Big Brother's angry curses grew more distant. I had only one thought in my mind. Dragon Mom cannot be in trouble. Absolutely not. The water in the black abyss grew increasingly murky. A strong stench of blood assailed me, stinging my eyes. Soon, I saw Dragon Mom's figure. Her golden dragon scales, which should have been dazzling, were now stained dark red with blood. Her massive, 1,000-mile-long dragon body was pressed firmly against the rock wall. Under her dragon claws, she held down a gutted, disemboweled fiery sea sand emperor. But her own injuries were even more shocking, especially the bowl-sized blood hole at her inverse scale. Golden dragon blood was gushing out profusely, staining the surrounding 100 meters of seawater red. That was the Dragon Clan's most fatal weakness. Once the inverse scale was damaged, 9/10 of one's dragon power would scatter. One couldn't even take flight. And surrounding her, there were 8 ferocious fiery sea grinders. Each one was dozens of meters long. Their sharp teeth gleamed with a bone-chilling light. Their crimson eyes were full of bloodthirsty greed. They dared not attack rashly, but they also refused to retreat, like a pack of hounds staring at their prey, waiting for Dragon Mom to lose too much blood and completely run out of energy. I clenched my teeth tightly, my fingernails digging into my flesh. With my current body, as thick as an arm and half a meter long, rushing up would just be filling the grinder's teeth gaps, not even enough for a single bite for them. But Dragon Mom's aura was getting weaker and weaker. The 8 grinders had already begun to tighten their encirclement. They were probing, waiting for Dragon Mom to completely give out. I must break this stalemate. Just then, the corner of my eye caught sight of the Sand Emperor's corpse floating not far away. The strong smell of blood was almost congealing the seawater into a gel. This was an opportunity. My eyes lit up. I immediately used the advantage of my tiny size, silently burrowing into the undercurrents of the seabed. Using the murky dragon blood as cover, I slowly circled to the rear of the grinder pack. From that Sand Emperor corpse, there was less than 3 meters distance. Just as I opened my mouth, ready to bite, a cold, mechanical voice suddenly boomed in my mind. Beep. Infinite Devour system officially activated. Detected host in a desperate situation. Newbie gift package automatically issued. Core ability, Devour all things. Infinite evolution. First Devour can trigger 10x critical strike. I froze completely. System, I've been reborn for 18 years and ridiculed for 18 years. I finally got my cheat. No time for wild joy. I immediately chanted Activate Devour in my mind, aiming at the fiery sea sand emperor's corpse. 10x critical strike activated. The next second, a mysterious and ultimate suction force erupted from my tiny mouth. The dozens of meters-long sand emperor corpse before me actually rapidly shrank at a visible speed. Vast and pure flesh and blood energy surged into my body like a tsunami. Devoured fiery sea sand emperor corpse. Triggered 10x critical strike. Obtained 15,000 purification points. First purification condition met. Purify immediately. Purify Immediately, I roared frantically in my heart. Just then, one of the grinders closest to me seemed to sense something amiss behind it. It sharply turned its head. Its star-red eyes locked onto me. It let out a low growl from its mouth. "I've been discovered." The other 7 grinders instantly became alert. They all turned their heads in unison. 8 pairs of bloodthirsty eyes in the pitch-black black abyss shone like ghostly fire, their terrifying killing intent. Like a tide, instantly engulfed me, but I no longer had time to dodge. The system's notification sound boomed in my mind. Evolution initiated. An extremely violent surge of energy instantly exploded within my body. My body, which was originally only half a meter long and flaccid, instantly swelled. From half a meter, it directly shot up to 10 meters long. My original soft skin instantly shed, replaced by a body of scales as black as ink, gleaming with a metallic luster. Like dragon scales. First evolution complete. Current form, black spirit venomous gyro. Perfect timing. A cold light flashed in my eyes. The grinder that first discovered me had already opened its bloody maw, pouncing towards me. Its sharp teeth carved out streaks of ghastly white watermarks in the seawater. Its speed was extreme, but in my eyes, its movements were as slow as if they had been slowed down 10 times. This was the surge in perception brought by evolution. I twisted my body, easily dodging its bite like a phantom. Immediately after, I fiercely whipped my tail, striking its flank with the force of 10,000 armies. With a deafening bang, that dozens of meters-long grinder was directly sent flying sideways by my whip, violently crashing into the rock wall of the black abyss. Its entire head was smashed to pieces. It didn't even let out a scream before it completely lost its life. Killed fiery sea grinder. Obtained 3,000 purification points. Triggered critical strike. Additionally obtained 2,000 purification points. One-hit kill. The remaining 7 grinders saw this and became utterly enraged. They abandoned their encirclement of Dragon Mom and all charged towards me like mad. Their huge bodies churned in the seawater, forming terrifying whirlpools, just as I wished. I sneered, as long as I lured them away from Dragon Mom. Dragon Mom would be temporarily safe. I deliberately exposed a weakness, enticing the foremost grinder. The moment it thought it had succeeded, I suddenly accelerated. My entire body shot out like a black sharp sword. My venomous fangs precisely pierced its left eye. My venomous fangs directly penetrated its eyeball and savagely plunged into its brain. Terrifying venom instantly erupted. The grinder didn't even have time to scream. Its massive body suddenly convulsed. Black blood instantly flowed from its 7 orifices. In less than 2 seconds, it completely lost its life. Killed fiery sea grinder. Obtained 3,000 purification points. Current purification points, 23,000/10,000. Second purification condition met. Awesome, I was ecstatic in my heart. This Devour system is simply a killing weapon tailor-made for me. The remaining 6 grinders, finally, a bone-chilling fear enveloped them. They frantically thrashed their tails, beginning to retreat, wanting to escape this terrifying sea that made them tremble. Too late to run. Murderous intent surged in my eyes. These were all mobile evolution points, delivered right to my doorstep. Why would I let them escape? Just as I was about to give chase, a pained dragon roar suddenly came from Dragon Mom's side. I whipped my head around to look. I saw Dragon Mom, seizing the opportunity while the Moshua were distracted, suddenly unleash her last burst of strength and strike, smashing the head of the Moshua closest to her. But this strike also completely exhausted her remaining strength. Dragon Mom's body began to sway violently. The blood in the dense forest trees surged and flowed even more fiercely. Her entire body, like a kite with a broken string, plummeted towards the seabed. No good. Dragon Mom can't hold on. The remaining 5 Moshua instantly noticed this. The fear in their eyes vanished instantly, replaced by even wilder greed. A wounded true dragon. That was a supreme tonic that could make them ascend to heaven in one step. The 5 Moshua turned simultaneously, charging towards Dragon Mom like mad. Their gaping maws were about to bite into Dragon Mom's defenseless body. Mom. My eyes burned fiercely. I swam towards Dragon Mom with all my might, but the distance was too great. There wasn't enough time. At this critical moment, I suddenly caught a glimpse of the depths of the black abyss, the area shrouded in purplish-black mist, myriad poisons swelling blood. I instantly remembered. Dragon Mom had once told me that deep within the black abyss, there was a naturally formed area of myriad poisons swelling blood. The swelling gas inside was incredibly poisonous. Even a true dragon would shed a layer of skin if it entered. Normally, even she wouldn't dare approach it by half a step. I had an idea. I took a deep breath and sharply changed direction, no longer swimming towards Dragon Mom. Instead, like a madman, I rushed towards the myriad poisons region. The 5 Moshua Seeing this, a flicker of hesitation crossed their eyes, but seeing the true dragon so close, already powerless to resist, they ultimately gave up. On chasing me, it all pounced on Dragon Mom. Beast, you seek death. Dragon Mom roared in fury, forcing herself to lift a dragon claw and slam it down fiercely. Directly, the head of the Moshua, charging at the front, was smashed into pulp, but this strike also caused the wound on her reverse scale area to completely rupture. Her entire dragon body trembled violently. She didn't even have the strength to lift a claw. The last four Moshua, seeing their companion's tragic death, not only weren't afraid, but became even more frenzied. With bloodshot eyes, they charged towards Dragon Mom. Just then, I had already rushed to the edge of the myriad poisons region. Opening my maw wide, I frantically devoured the highly poisonous swelling gas. The system's notification sound rang out wildly. Devoured myriad poisons swelling gas. Gained myriad poisons immunity. Passive skill awakened. Poisonous mist breath. Max level. Devouring swelling gas grants 5,000 evolution points. I sharply turned back, at 3 times the speed as before. Rushing towards the battlefield, I perfectly blocked the 4 Moshua from behind. Want to touch my mom? You'll have to get past me first. I roared, opening my maw. A thick, impenetrable purplish-black mist instantly gushed out, directly engulfing the 4 Moshua. Piercing screams instantly erupted. The skin of the 4 Moshua began to rot at a visible speed. Large patches of scales fell off, leaving their flesh mangled. Even their bones began to be corroded by the poison. They frantically tried to break out of the poisonous mist. I firmly blocked the exit. 1 comes, 1 dies. 2 come, 2 die. Poisonous fangs, sharp claws, tail whips. Every part of my body became a deadly weapon. In less than a minute, all 4 Moshua collapsed in the poisonous mist, completely lifeless. *ding! Killed 4 Splitsy Moshua. Gained 12,000 evolution points. Current evolution points, 40,000. Evolution points sufficient, 10,000 required. Initiate second evolution immediately. I didn't evolve immediately. Instead, I rushed to Dragon Mom's side at once, using my body to support her. Massive, falling dragon body. Mom, how are you? My voice trembled, looking at Dragon Mom's pale dragon face. My heart ached as if it were being fiercely squeezed by a hand. 18 years of nurturing grace. 18 years of silent protection. I absolutely cannot let her die. Dragon Mom laboriously opened her eyes and looked at me. In her originally dim dragon eyes, an unbelievable light instantly burst forth. She extended a dragon claw and gently stroked the black scales on my body, her hand trembling. Little Nine, is that you? Her voice was full of relief and unconcealable joy. My little Nine has grown up. Mom protected you for 18 years. You saved Mom today. Your mom is me. My nose stung, tears almost falling. Please don't talk yet. I'll take you back to the dragon's den to heal. I turned around, looking at the 8 Moshua corpses scattered on the seabed. Opening my maw, I activated the Devouring system. A massive surge of energy madly poured into my body. *ding! Devoured 8 Splitsy Moshua corpses. Gained 24,000 evolution points. Current evolution points, 64,000, 20,000 required. Second evolution conditions met. Initiating automatic evolution. A tearing, heart-wrenching pain assaulted me. My entire body trembled violently. The black scales on my body peeled off violently in patches, replaced by a layer of tender dragon scales, shimmering with a faint golden luster. On the top of my head, 2 small bumps suddenly burst open, growing a pair of inch-long black dragon horns. 4 fleshy lumps also bulged on my abdomen, instantly tearing open to grow 4 sharp dragon claws. Although my body, compared to Dragon Mom's, was still too small, that unique pressure of a true dragon was already emanating continuously from my body. Second evolution complete. Current form, Black Dragon Hatchling. Dragon Bloodline concentration increased to 15%. Awakened skill, True Dragon Breath Basic. Dragon's Might Shockwave Intermediate. Water Control Divine Ability Max Level. Current Combat Power Assessment. Capable of directly fighting an ordinary flood dragon. When I opened my eyes, I met Dragon Mom's complex gaze. There was shock, gratification, but more than that, deep worry. Child, the aura around you. Dragon Mom hesitated, wanting to speak but stopping. This speed of evolution is unheard of. I'm afraid it will attract immense trouble. What trouble? I immediately became alert. Dragon Mom shook her head. Now is not the time to talk about this. Let's return to the dragon's den first. Your brothers and sisters are probably in a panic. And those elders in the clan, if they knew you awakened true dragon bloodline. If those elders knew you awakened true dragon bloodline, who knows what mischief they might stir up. I nodded, pressing my body tightly against Dragon Mom's, helping her bear the weight, slowly swimming towards the East Sea Dragon Palace. When we returned to the Nine Sons Hall, my 8 brothers and sisters were anxiously pacing at the hall entrance. Seeing us return, they instantly rushed over. Mom, are you all right? Big brother spoke first, but as soon as his voice fell, his gaze landed on me. His entire dragon body froze. His eyes widened like copper bells. This is little Nine. Second sister's eyes widened, and she circled me several times in disbelief. How is this possible? He was clearly just a black loach that couldn't even grow up, and it's only been less than an hour. How did dragon horns and claws just grow out? Fume's eyes were even redder. He was the only one who had secretly left me deep-sea spirit shrimp before. Now, looking at me, his voice was trembling. Little Nine, you've really awakened your bloodline. Looking at the 8 brothers and sisters who once either beat or scolded me. Now each of them hung their heads like children who had done something wrong. Their faces were filled with awkwardness and guilt. The resentment in my heart instantly dissipated. Forget it, I waved my hand. We're all family. Let bygones be bygones. Now, Mom is in seclusion healing her injuries. Her dragon might cannot be fully released. Those covetous sea beasts in the vicinity, and those elders within the clan with ill intentions, will definitely seize the opportunity to act. The elders will definitely seize the opportunity to cause chaos. What we need to do now is guard the dragon palace well. Until Mom comes out, the 8 brothers and sisters immediately straightened their backs. They all nodded. Right, guard the dragon palace well, until Mom comes out. But just then, a series of hurried footsteps suddenly came from outside the hall. A group of shrimp soldiers stumbled and scrambled in, their faces pale, their voices trembling. Your 9 highnesses, this is bad. All the sea beasts within 100-li radius have rebelled. The octopus king, leading 3,000 sea beasts, has already reached the gates of the dragon palace, and the grand elder, leading the clan's enforcement team, is right outside the hall, saying he wants to see you. The faces of the 8 brothers and sisters instantly changed drastically. The eldest brother clenched his dragon claws fiercely. Damn it, these scoundrels. Normally, even if you gave them 100 guts, they wouldn't dare approach half an acre of the dragon palace. Now they know Mom is injured and dare to rebel. And the grand elder, that old geezer must be here to kick us while we're down. The second sister also gritted her teeth. What should we do? Mom is currently healing and absolutely cannot be disturbed. Fighting head-on is definitely not an option. Chen spoke. The octopus king brought 3,000 sea beasts, and the grand elder is also here with the enforcement team. Eyeing us covetously, we only have 9 people. Fighting head-on will only lead to us being worn down and killed. We'll split into 2 groups. Eldest brother, you take 3 younger siblings outside the hall to stall the grand elder. Remember, only talk, don't fight. Stall for as long as you can. Second sister, you bring the rest of them and follow me. The people we are using. Follow me. We will utilize the terrain of the dragon palace's winding corridors, set traps, and launch ambushes. With the smallest possible cost, we will completely crush these rebellious scoundrels. The 8 brothers and sisters listened without the slightest hesitation. They all nodded. All right, we'll do as you say. In less than half an hour, we had arranged the winding corridors as if they were a wall of bronze and iron. Everywhere were deadly traps. Sharp bone spikes were buried throughout the seabed. Stone drum algae coated the stone walls. Giant boulders were set up at the top of the corridors, ready to fall, just waiting for those sea beasts to rush in. Roar. Just then, an ear-splitting roar came from the entrance of the dragon palace. Following that was the dense sound of rushing water. 3,000 sea beasts surged forward like a tide. Leading them was a giant squid over 30 meters long. Its 8 thick tentacles, each as thick as a water vat, had sharp barbs growing inside their suckers. It was the octopus king. Charge roared the octopus king. The dragon mother is severely injured and in seclusion in the east. The dragon palace is now an empty shell. Break in. The flesh and blood of a true dragon. Eating a single bite can make you ascend to heaven in 1 step. The first to charge in will be rewarded with 1,000 years of cultivation. The 3,000 sea beasts instantly went red-eyed. They charged into the winding corridors like mad. Crabs, lobsters, and sea snakes densely packed the area, completely blocking the entire corridor. They are here. I crouched at the top of the corridor. A glint flashed in my eyes. Release, as my voice fell. Second sister immediately pressed the mechanism. The stone wall above instantly opened. Countless streams of poisonous water, carrying stone drum, algae, poured down like a waterfall. The hundreds of sea beasts charging at the front were instantly drenched by the poisonous water. They let out piercing screams, their bodies festering at a visible rate. They died on the spot. Damn it! Xianxia the octopus king roared. Charge, don't stop. They only have 9 people. Even if we wear them down, we'll kill them. The remaining sea beasts, red-eyed, continued to charge forward, but they had barely charged a few steps. When they stepped on the sharp bone spikes we had buried in the seabed, the sharp bone spikes instantly pierced through their bellies. Blood instantly dyed the seawater crimson, but the number of sea beasts was simply too great. One batch died, and another batch charged forward. They advanced wave after wave, completely fearless of death. Soon, some sea beasts broke through the traps and lunged towards us. Second sister, with the younger siblings, immediately charged forward, engaging the sea beast. Second sister's dragon claw slammed down fiercely. With one claw, it shattered the shell of a giant crab, but immediately after, 3 sea snakes coiled around her from the side and bit fiercely onto her dragon body. Fifth sister wanted to go to her aid, but was surrounded by a dozen electric eels. The dragon scales on her body were scorched black from the electricity. Sixth brother was even caught by 2 giant lobsters' pincers. He grimaced in pain. If this continued, they would eventually be worn down and killed. I couldn't wait any longer. Everyone, fall back. I roared, my entire body like a black lightning bolt, charged into the enemy ranks. A giant lobster swung its massive pincer and smashed it towards me. I neither dodged nor avoided it, allowing the massive pincer to smash onto my dragon scales. With a crisp asterisk crack asterisk, the massive pincer broke in response, yet my dragon scales didn't even have a white mark. This was the defensive power after purification. I opened my mouth wide, and my venomous fangs bit fiercely onto the lobster's head. The potent venom instantly erupted. That giant lobster didn't even have time to struggle. Before it collapsed, killed giant lobster gained 800 evolution points. I didn't stop. My tail swept fiercely, sending a dozen surrounding sea beasts flying. Immediately after, I opened my mouth wide and activated the Devour system. A terrifying suction force erupted from my mouth. The corpses of the sea beasts I had killed shrunk at a visible rate, transforming into pure energy that surged into my body. Devoured sea beast corpses gained 5,000 evolution points. Current evolution points 69,000,500,000. Satisfied the conditions for 3 evolutions. With a continuous supply of energy, my combat power did not decrease but increased. I moved freely and powerfully through the enemy ranks. Every attack, rampaging through the enemy formation. Every attack could take the lives of several sea beasts. Wherever my venomous fangs passed, none survived. Where my dragon tail swept, corpses lay strewn across the field. In less than a quarter of an hour, the 3,000 sea beasts that had charged in were almost entirely slaughtered by me. Throughout the entire winding corridor, there were sea beast carcasses everywhere. Blood dyed the seawater deep red. Slaughtered rebellious sea beasts gained 36,000 evolution points. Current evolution points 10,500. 0,000,000. Evolution points are sufficient. Evolve immediately for the 3rd time. I did not evolve immediately, but turned to look at the brothers and sisters behind me. They were all slumped on the ground, covered in wounds, their dragon scales shattered, and blood flowing freely. But their eyes, as they looked at me, were full of shock and adoration. Little 9, eldest brother, opened his mouth, unable to utter a single word for a long time. He had just returned from stalling the Grand Elder, and happened to witness me slaughtering 3,000 sea beasts. He was completely dumbfounded. "Are you all right?" I swam over, looking at their injuries. My brows furrowed slightly. "Go back and heal first. Leave this place to me." Just then, the distant seawater suddenly became incredibly murky. A terrifying aura, more than 10 times more powerful than the Octopus King, emanated, was rapidly approaching the Dragon Palace. Big Brother's face instantly turned ashen. This aura belongs to the old octopus monster from the Black Abyss. How could he be here? Old octopus monster. How could he be here? Old octopus monster. My heart sank. What is that? That's an old monster that has lived for tens of thousands of years in the Black Abyss. Second sister's voice was trembling. His strength is more than 100 times greater than that of the Squid King from before, and he's a mutated one with 8 invulnerable tentacles. He can also spray poisonous ink. When Mom was here before, he would even dare to provoke the Dragon Palace from time to time. Rumor has it he's already half-stepped into the Flood Dragon realm. Before the words fell, a massive dark shadow had already appeared at the entrance of the 9-bend corridor. It was a giant octopus, a full 50 meters long, 8 thick, Strong tentacles, each one was thicker than my own body, covered in eerie purple patterns, emitting a nauseating, bloody stench. It was precisely the mutated octopus leader. So it was you. You little brat, who killed my subordinates. The octopus leader's voice was hoarse and grating. Its 8 tentacles thrashed wildly in the seawater, staring intently with a pair of blood-red eyes. Quite bold, aren't you? You dare to touch my territory. Your subordinates, I sneered. Those rebellious wretches. Were they sent by you? Or else the octopus leader burst into maniacal laughter. Longwu is gravely injured and in seclusion. I just happened to use these wastes to probe. I never expected that the East Sea Dragon Palace would produce so many freaks. But it doesn't matter. Today, you 9 little brats, and that gravely injured Longwu inside. All of you must die. Before the words fell. All of you must die. Before the words fell, the octopus leader suddenly erupted. Its 8 tentacles, like 8 giant black spears, instantly shot over, heading straight for my 8 brothers and sisters behind me. Dream on, Big Brother roared and charged forward, trying to intercept, but he still underestimated the octopus leader's speed. 2 tentacles suddenly lashed out fiercely at Big Brother's body. With a loud bang, Big Brother's entire dragon body was sent flying, crashing heavily against the stone wall. Large patches of dragon scales shattered. Blood instantly gushed out. He fainted on the spot. Big Brother, my eyes burned with fury. I charged at the octopus leader like a madman, but the octopus leader gave me no chance at all. All 6 remaining tentacles coiled around me. I desperately dodged, but I was still tightly ensnared by 2 tentacles. A terrifying, crushing force came. My dragon scales made cracking sounds, as if they would shatter any second. No, if this continues, I'll be strangled to death. Just at this critical moment, the system's notification sound, ding, suddenly echoed in my mind. Detected host's life is under fatal threat. Do you wish to consume 10,000 evolution points to activate the ultimate skill? Dragon's Rage. Dragon's Rage. All attributes increased by 300%. Duration, 5 minutes. Devouring targets can extend the duration. No side effects. Activate immediately. Immediately. I roared frantically in my mind. The next second, a destructive berserk power instantly exploded within my body. My eyes turned blood red. The dragon scales on my body glowed with an eerie black and red light. Strength, speed, and defense instantly surged by 3 times. Let go of me, I roared, and my body violently shook and actually broke free from the tentacle's grasp. Then, I opened my mouth wide. My venomous fangs bit fiercely into one of the tentacles. Asterisk crack exclamation asterisk. My venomous fangs directly pierced through the tentacle's flesh. The potent venom instantly erupted. That tentacle visibly rotted away at a speed visible to the naked eye. The octopus leader let out a shrill scream, trying to retract its tentacle. But how could I let it go? I bit down hard on the tentacle. My body spun wildly, only to hear a crisp asterisk crack exclamation asterisk. That thick tentacle was directly twisted off by me. Purple-black blood gushed out. Severed octopus leader's tentacle. Gained 2,000 evolution points. Devoured tentacle flesh. Gained mutated regeneration. Passive. Body damage can instantly regenerate. The octopus leader was thoroughly enraged. Its remaining tentacles, as if possessed, all attacked me, but in the dragon's rage state. Its movement seemed as slow as a snail's in my eyes. Each time, I could, at the last moment, evade its attacks, while simultaneously biting off its tentacles. In less than 2 minutes, I had bitten off 4 more of its tentacles. The octopus leader finally felt a bone-chilling fear. It began to retreat frantically, wanting to escape this sea area, trying to run. Dream on. My eyes blazed with killing intent. I knew if I let it escape today, once it recovered, it would surely return with a vengeance, and then it would only bring greater trouble to the Dragon Palace. I used all my strength, biting down hard on its last remaining main tentacle. Then, like a madman, I dragged it towards the depths of the 9-bend corridor. That place was full of sharp spikes, a perfect slaughterhouse of bone spurs. The octopus leader struggled desperately. Its 2 remaining tentacles lashed wildly at my body, but I gritted my teeth and refused to let go, even if my dragon scales were shattered from the lashing, and blood flowed freely. I would never let go. Finally, I dragged it into the area with the densest bone spurs. It was incredibly narrow here. Its massive body couldn't move freely at it. I released my bite, and with a flash, hid behind a giant rock. The octopus leader pursued, but its body got stuck in the narrow passage. Unable to move, I seized the opportunity, continuously attacking from various angles. Each strike could bite off one of its tentacles, or on its body, leave a deep, bone-exposing wound. In less than a minute, the octopus leader's last two tentacles were also forcefully bitten off by me. This beast's last two tentacles were also forcefully bitten off by me. This fierce beast that had lived for tens of thousands of years finally completely lost its fighting capability. Its massive body slumped weakly onto the spikes. With only half a breath left, I didn't hesitate in the slightest, opened my mouth wide, and activated the Devour system. A terrifying suction force erupted. The octopus leader's massive body shrank at a speed visible to the naked eye. Immense energy surged wildly into my body. Devoured mutated octopus leader. Gained 50,000 evolution points. Current evolution points, 155,000/10,000. Met conditions for 3 evolutions. Initiating automatic evolution. A wave of intense pain swept over me. My body once again began to change drastically. The dragon horns on my head grew thicker and branched into 2. The black scales on my body receded, replaced by a suit of brilliant golden dragon scales. My 4 claws became 5. My body surged to 30 meters long. The pressure belonging to a true dragon instantly swept across the entire East Sea Dragon Palace. Third evolution completed. Current form, 5-clawed golden dragon hatchling. Dragon bloodline concentration increased to 35%. Awakened skill. Dragon's breath. Dragon's might suppression. Advanced adamantine body. Elementary. Current combat power assessment. Can fight against an ordinary true dragon. Just at this moment, the effect of dragon's rage ended. A strong sense of weakness. The effect ended. A strong sense of weakness swept over me. My body began to sway. My vision had become blurry. Little 9, second sister and fifth sister, rushed over to support me. "How are you?" I shook my head, just about to speak, when I saw a patrolling shrimp soldier, scrambling and stumbling towards us, his face ashen as paper, his voice cracking. "Your 9 Highnesses, it's bad. The Great Elder has rebelled with the enforcement team." He opened the Dragon Palace's mountain-protecting formation, the abyssal flood dragon of the Black Abyss, bringing tens of thousands of sea beasts. They had completely surrounded the Dragon Palace. "What?" My 8 older siblings instantly turned pale, trembling all over. Even Big Brother Abyss Flood Dragon's voice was trembling. That half-step true dragon who had fallen to the demonic path. How could he be here? My heart sank. A half-step true dragon, that was a being only 1 step away from truly entering the true dragon realm. Even Dragon Mom, in her prime, could only fight him to a draw. What's more, Dragon Mom was currently in seclusion, healing her injuries, and there was also Grand Elder. That traitor, with the traitor colluding from within. The Dragon Palace was in dire peril. Just then, an extremely cold and oppressive aura instantly enveloped the entire Dragon Palace. The temperature of the seawater instantly dropped to freezing. A deep, hoarse voice, like a demonic incantation, echoed throughout the Dragon Palace. "Dragon Slave, this lord has arrived. Hand over your true dragon origin and the sea-stabilizing pearl. This lord can spare your entire East Sea Dragon clan. Spare your entire East Sea Dragon clan from death. Otherwise, this lord will today bathe the East Sea Dragon Palace in blood." I, along with my 8 older siblings, immediately rushed out of the 9-bend corridor and arrived at the entrance of the Dragon Palace. The scene before us made all of us gasp in cold. The sea outside the Dragon Palace was densely packed with sea beasts. Giant sharks, octopuses, sea snakes, and giant crabs stretched as far as the eye could see. There were at least tens of thousands of them. Leading them was a 100-meter-long black giant flood dragon. Its entire body was covered in scales with blood-red patterns. A curved single horn grew from its head. Its eyes were scarlet like blood. Its entire body exuded suffocating demonic energy. It was indeed the Abyss Flood Dragon. Beside him stood the Grand Elder of the East Sea Dragon clan, that old dragon with white, wispy hair. At this moment, his face was full of fawning smiles, bowing and scraping to the Abyss Flood Dragon. His gaze swept over us, finally settling on me. A hint of surprise flashed in his eyes. I didn't expect that the East Sea Dragon Palace would produce a 5-clawed golden dragon. How interesting, truly interesting. What exactly do you want to do? I took a step forward, looking at him coldly. Dragon Mother is in seclusion. If you have business, come at me, come at you. The Abyss Flood Dragon burst into maniacal laughter. Just a newly evolved little whelp like you. This lord came today, specifically to take Dragon Mother's true dragon origin. As long as I devour her origin, this lord can take a single step into the true dragon realm and become the Lord of the 4 Seas. Lord of the 4 Seas. I knew it long ago. I said coldly, the previous fierce sea demonic sharks and the rebellious sea beasts were all sent by you, weren't they? Grand Elder is also your spy. planted within the dragon clan. Isn't he, indeed the abyss flood dragon, admitted with a look of disdain. Too bad those good-for-nothings couldn't even handle an injured dragon mother. But it doesn't matter. Today, this lord will personally make a move. No one can stop me. As his voice fell, the tens of thousands of sea beasts behind him instantly became agitated, letting out deafening roars. They were about to charge towards the dragon palace. Guard the dragon palace, I roared, unleashing my full dragon might. The oppressive aura of a five-clawed golden dragon instantly erupted. Those sea beasts charging at the very front were instantly suppressed by the dragon might. Collapsing to the ground, trembling uncontrollably, they dared not advance another step. You have some skill. A hint of surprise flashed in the abyss flood dragon's eyes. But alas, before absolute power, everything is futile. He suddenly took half a step forward. The oppressive aura of a half-step true dragon instantly erupted. It pressed down on us like Mount Tai, crushing everything beneath it. My 8 older siblings and I were instantly suffocated by the pressure. Our knees went weak, and we almost knelt. Just at this critical moment, from the depths of the dragon palace, a sound suddenly came, a long and majestic dragon's roar. Immediately after, a brilliant golden pillar of light shot up into the sky from the healing chamber, illuminating the entire East Sea. Dragon Mom, she's awake. A massive golden dragon body slowly swam out from the depths of the dragon palace. Although her injuries were not yet fully healed, the wound near her reverse scale was still faintly seeping blood. Yet, that oppressive aura belonging to a true dragon still made all the sea beasts tremble uncontrollably. Abyss flood Dragon Mom's voice was like a clap of thunder. You have immense audacity to dare trespass into my East Sea Dragon Palace, injure my children, and collude with a traitor. Do you truly think my East Sea Dragon clan has no one capable of stopping you? A hint of apprehension flashed in the Abyss Flood Dragon's eyes, but it was quickly replaced by greed. A heavily injured true dragon dares to show off before this lord. Today, your true dragon origin, this lord will definitely take. You 9. Hurry and leave. Dragon Mom suddenly turned her head to look at us, her eyes filled with determination. Leave the East Sea and go to the heavenly court to find your uncle. He will protect you. Mom, all 9 of us cried out simultaneously. We're not leaving. If we go together. This is an order. Dragon Mom roared, no longer paying attention to me. She charged directly towards the Abyss Flood Dragon. 2 colossal beings fiercely collided in the seawater, emitting earth-shattering roars. Dragon Mom's dragon claws fiercely struck the Abyss Flood Dragon's body, shattering his scales and drawing blood. But the Abyss Flood Dragon was no pushover either. The single horn on his head gleamed with an eerie black light, fiercely stabbing towards Dragon Mom's abdomen. Dragon Mom barely managed to avoid the vital spot. The Dragon Subduer Mother's father, Dragon Mother, barely avoided the vital point, but the single horn still left a deep, bone-revealing wound on her body. The old wound near her reverse scale instantly burst open, and blood gushed out like a spring. Go, Dragon Mom roared towards us. Mom will buy you time. Quick, big brother, with red eyes, grabbed me and said, Go, Mom is buying us time. Isn't she? I'm not leaving. I shook off Big Brother's hand. Mom's injuries haven't healed yet. She's no match for the Abyss Flood Dragon at all. If we leave, Mom will surely die. Just then, Dragon Mom suddenly let out a pained dragon's cry. The Abyss Flood Dragon seized the opportunity. His tail fiercely lashed at Dragon Mom's reverse scale area. Dragon Mom was sent flying like a kite with a broken string, crashing heavily against the stone wall of the Dragon Palace. A mouthful of golden dragon blood spurted out. An injured true dragon is nothing more than this. The Abyss Flood Dragon cackled maniacally, and once again pounced towards Dragon Mom. His single horn gleamed with a deadly black light, about to pierce Dragon Mom's head. Mom, I could no longer hold back. Disregarding my 8 older siblings' attempts to stop me, I charged towards the battlefield like a madman. I used my advantage of being small in size, burrowing into the underwater crevices, and silently circled around behind the Abyss Flood Dragon. Just as his single horn was about to pierce Dragon Mom, I suddenly pounced, my 5 claws fiercely grabbing his abdomen. My poisonous fangs bit down with force. Rip! The poisonous fangs pierced directly through. My poisonous fangs directly pierced his scales, leaving a long, bloody gash on his abdomen. The Abyss Flood Dragon let out a pained shriek, suddenly turned, and fiercely lashed his tail towards me. I wanted to dodge, but the half-step true dragon's speed was too fast. With a bang, his tail solidly struck my body. I felt as if all the bones in my body had shattered. My entire dragon body, like a kite with a broken string, was sent flying, crashing heavily against the stone wall. The intense pain almost made me lose consciousness. My vision became blurry. I could feel my life force rapidly draining away. Perished, little 9 Dragon Mom let out a heartbroken dragon's roar. The next second, A terrifying aura, capable of destroying heaven and earth, erupted from her body. Her body began to burn with fierce golden flames. That was the true dragon's vital essence blood. "You dare harm my child!" Dragon Mom roared. Dragon claws, burning with vital essence blood, fiercely slammed towards the abyssal flood dragon. This strike's power was more than 10 times stronger than before. The abyssal flood dragon's expression changed drastically. It wanted to retreat, but it was already too late. The dragon claws fiercely struck its single horn. With a loud asterisk crack asterisk, Qiu thought, its proud single horn snapped off instantly. The abyssal flood dragon let out a shrill scream. Its body rapidly retreated. Damn true dragon, to think it burned its vital essence blood. It knew that a true dragon, who had burned its vital essence blood, even if heavily injured, was not something it could deal with. "Retreat," the abyssal flood dragon commanded, leading its army of sea beasts. It fled madly into the distance. Dragon Mom did not pursue it. She held on with her last breath and swam to my side. She gently lifted my shattered body with her dragon claws. Golden tears rolled from her eyes. "Child, don't be afraid. Mom is here." Dragon Mom's voice grew weaker and weaker. The golden flames on her body were also gradually extinguishing. "Mom, I'm sorry," I said with difficulty. "I dragged you down." "Silly child." Dragon Mom gently stroked my face. "This isn't your fault. It's Mom who's useless, unable to protect her own child. For 18 years, Mom hasn't let you live a single good day, haven't let you live a dignified life as a dragon." As she spoke, Dragon Mom suddenly opened her mouth wide. A golden orb of extreme brilliance slowly flew out from her mouth. That was the true dragon's origin, the foundation of a dragon's entire cultivation. Without its origin, a dragon would completely lose its cultivation and might even perish instantly. "Mom, no." I desperately wanted to shake my head, wanted to push away that orb of light, but my body couldn't move at all. "Child, this is the last thing Mom can do for you." Dragon Mom's voice grew weaker and weaker. "Live well with Mom's origin. Protect your elder brothers and sisters. Guard the East Sea Dragon Palace well. Remember, you were born a true dragon. Born a true dragon. You were never useless." As her voice fell, that true dragon origin instantly merged into my body. A surge of unimaginably vast energy instantly coursed through my entire body. My consciousness was instantly swallowed by this energy. Detecting host merging with true dragon origin. System commencing ultimate upgrade. Unlocking hidden ultimate ability. Ultimate Devour. Can devour all living beings, their origins, laws, and divine abilities, converting them into self-purifying energy. No upper limit. No side effects. Detecting host's body severely damaged. True dragon origin automatically repairing. Repair progress. 10%, 30%, 50%. The intense pain gradually receded, and with it came an unprecedented feeling of fullness. I could clearly feel every inch of flesh and blood in my body transforming, every bone reshaping, every drop of blood boiling. But when my consciousness finally cleared, and I looked at Dragon Mom, my heart instantly felt as if it was being torn apart repeatedly, the pain almost suffocating me. Dragon Mom lay limp on the seabed. Her massive body was motionless. The golden flames on her body had completely extinguished. Her breathing was so faint, it was almost imperceptible. Even her eyes were closed. It was as if she had already died. I rushed over like a madman, gently touching her body with my dragon claws. A faint heartbeat came from my fingertips. She was still alive. She was still alive. Mom, big brother, second sister, and the others also rushed, surrounding Dragon Mom. Each of them cried heartbreakingly. "What happened to Mom? Why isn't she moving?" "Mom merely underwent a tribulation. She's still alive," I said, suppressing the tears in my eyes. My voice was hoarse, but her life aura is too weak. If she can't recover her origin soon. I'm afraid I didn't finish, but everyone understood what I meant. Dragon Mom had burned her vital essence blood to save me, and then transferred all her remaining true dragon origin to me. Now, she was like an oil lamp about to go out, capable of completely dissipating at any moment. "It's all my fault." I lowered my head. Hot tears fell. "If I hadn't been impulsive, Mom wouldn't be like this." "Don't say that." Big brother patted my shoulder, his voice hoarse. "Mom is like this because she protected us. This isn't your fault alone." Just then, from the darkness in the distance, a chilling laugh suddenly echoed. What touching mother-child devotion. The abyssal flood dragon's voice sounded again. "But what a pity. Your mother is already at the end of her rope. Once this lord recovers from his injuries, I'll come and take all your lives." It hadn't gone far after all. Hiding in the shadows, observing, waiting for Dragon Mom to completely die, waiting for us to be exhausted. "Damn it," Big Brother gritted his teeth. "This beast deserves to die." Big Brother gritted his teeth. On this tree, I raised my head and looked towards the depths of darkness. My eyes were filled with icy killing intent. I know he's waiting for Dragon Mom to completely die, waiting for us to completely lose the ability to resist. We must guard the Dragon Palace, I said, at least until Mom wakes up, until I've fully merged with the true dragon origin. But how long can we hold out? Second sister said worriedly, the abyssal flood dragon is a half-step true dragon, even if all 9 of us join forces. We're no match for him, and there's the Grand Elder, that traitor, lurking nearby with covetous eyes. Then we'll fight to the last moment. I looked at my 8 elder brothers and sisters, my eyes filled with determination. Mom sacrificed everything for us. Now it's our turn to protect her. The 8 elder brothers and sisters exchanged glances, and all nodded in unison. Their eyes were filled with absolute resolve. Even if we die, we must guard the Dragon Palace and protect Mom. Just then, the true dragon origin within me suddenly began to surge wildly, merging with the massive amount of purification points accumulated by the system. Merged together, a powerful wave of drowsiness swept over me. My eyelids grew heavier and heavier. Little Ninth, what's wrong? Wume immediately supported me, her eyes full of worry. I need to go into a deep sleep for a while, I said with difficulty. The true dragon origin and purification points within my body are too vast. I must enter a deep sleep to fully merge them and purify them. Otherwise, not only will I not be able to save Mom, my own purification. Not only will I not be able to save Mom, I myself will be overwhelmed by this energy. What 6th brother instantly panicked? The abyssal flood dragon is still lurking outside, eyeing us greedily. If you go into a deep sleep, what will we do? I know, I said, looking at them, my eyes full of guilt. I'm counting on you all. You must guard the Dragon Palace and protect Mom. Guard it. When I wake up, I will definitely kill the abyssal flood dragon, eliminate the traitors of the dragon clan, and protect our home. Before I could finish speaking, I could no longer hold on. My vision went black, and I completely fell into a deep sleep. A layer of ink black, golden glowing giant cocoon grew out from my body, completely enveloping me. I lay quietly in the secret chamber of the Dragon Palace. Big brother, second sister, and the others gathered around the giant cocoon. Their eyes were filled with worry and determination. Little Ninth will definitely wake up. Big brother Chen Sheng said, I can feel it. Inside the cocoon, there's an increasingly powerful life aura. He is evolving. He is becoming stronger. That's right, second sister nodded. Now, all we need to do is guard our home well. Guard Mom. Guard Little Ninth until he wakes up. Just then, outside the secret chamber, a series of dense roars suddenly came. They are here. The 3 subordinates of the abyssal flood dragon exchanged glances. All of them clenched their dragon claws tightly. They turned and rushed out of the secret chamber. The remaining 5 younger siblings had already brought the last of the shrimp larvae and stood together with the sea beasts that rushed in. The incoming sea beasts stood together, guarding the entrance. Eldest brother roared and charged out first. With one claw, he crushed the head of a giant shark. A tragic battle of defense thus began. Over the next 3 days, the abyssal flood dragon continuously sent sea beasts to attack. Each attack was fiercer than the last. The number of sea beasts grew larger and larger, and their strength grew greater and greater. Eldest brother and second sister, along with the others, desperately guarded the Dragon Palace, guarding me and Mom in the secret chamber. Mom and the others had more and more wounds on their bodies. Large patches of scales were shattered, covered in blood. Eldest brother's dragon claw was bitten clean off. Second sister's one eye was blinded by poison. Wume's half-dragon scales were brutally peeled off. 6th brother's tail was torn almost in half. The remaining younger siblings were also all severely wounded, yet not a single one of them retreated, even if it meant death. They would guard the Dragon Palace, guard their 9th brother, guard their mother. On the night of the 3rd day, another wave of attacks came. This time, 20 mutated sea beasts arrived. The strength of each one was no less than that of the previous octopus. The entire Dragon Palace was battered. On the verge of collapse, damn it, eldest brother coughed up a mouthful of blood. Using his only remaining dragon claw, he desperately held his ground at the entrance of the secret chamber. Can you still hold on? Second sister and the younger siblings said in unison, even though their voices were already so weak they were almost inaudible. This battle raged on, darkening the sky and earth. When the last mutated sea beast fell, all 9 brothers and sisters were already collapsed on the ground. They didn't even have the strength to lift a claw. Not a single part of their bodies was intact. Just then, an extremely terrifying pressure instantly enveloped the entire Dragon Palace. The figure of the abyssal flood dragon slowly emerged from the darkness. His injuries had completely recovered. His aura was even more powerful than before. Clearly, These 3 days, he wasn't just recovering. He was also devouring sea beasts to enhance his strength. Beside him also stood the sinister Grand Elder. What touching sibling affection! The abyssal flood dragon sneered, walking step by step towards the entrance of the secret chamber. But the game should end now. He stepped on eldest brother with one foot. Eldest brother tried to resist, but was firmly pinned to the ground by him. Unable to move. You 9 little fellows. It's quite impressive that you've managed to guard it until now. The abyssal flood dragon's eyes were full of cruelty. What a pity. Your mother is already dead, and that little fellow hiding in the cocoon. Who knows when he'll be able to come out? Now it's your turn. Saying this, he raised his claw, intending to strike eldest brother dead. Stop. Second sister and the younger siblings used their last bit of strength and blocked in front of eldest brother. If you want to enter the secret chamber, you'll have to step over our corpses first. As you wish. The abyssal flood dragon sneered. His tail lashed out fiercely, with several loud bangs. All 8 brothers and sisters were sent flying. They fell heavily to the ground and fainted. HMPH, overestimating yourselves. The abyssal flood dragon sneered, pushed open the door of the secret chamber, and walked in. He first saw lying on the stone bed the motionless dragon mom. His eyes instantly burst forth with greedy light. Although the true dragon's essence is gone, the true dragon's dragon core is still here. If I consume this dragon core, this lord can still step into the true dragon realm. He opened his gaping maw, about to bite down, to devour dragon mom's dragon core. But just then, from the depths of the secret chamber, a sound suddenly came, an earth-shattering roar. The black giant cocoon enveloping me began to tremble violently. Darkness, endless darkness. My consciousness was immersed within the giant cocoon, feeling the colossal, world-destroying energy within my body. The true dragon's essence and the system's accumulated massive purification were frantically transforming my body, reshaping my bloodline. Purification progress 10%, 20%, 30%. With every jump in progress, I could feel my strength exploding. My bones became harder than stars. My scales became tougher than innate spirit treasures. The concentration of dragon bloodline in my blood was rapidly increasing. Even in slumber, I could clearly sense, I could clearly perceive everything outside. I heard the roars of my brothers and sisters. I heard their painful screams. I heard their vows to protect me with their lives. They were desperately protecting me, protecting Mom, protecting our home. Faster. Even faster, I screamed frantically in my heart. I must complete the purification as quickly as possible. My brothers and sisters can't hold on much longer. Purification progress 40%, 50%, 60%. Time flowed by. Second by second, the sounds of battle outside grew fiercer and fiercer, and also sparser and sparser. I knew my brothers and sisters had reached their limit. Damn it! Why can't I wake up yet? I desperately tried to break free from the cocoon's restraints, but my body simply wouldn't obey. Ding! Warning! Host, forcibly interrupting evolution, will lead to irreversible bloodline damage. It is recommended to continue and complete the evolution. I gritted my teeth, forcing myself to calm down. The system was right. If I forcibly interrupt now, not only would I fail to save my brothers, sisters, and Mom, but I would also turn myself into a cripple. The only way was to complete the purification as quickly as possible. Purification progress 70%, 80%, 90%. Just then, I sensed the aura of the abyssal flood dragon. He had broken into the secret chamber. He was going to harm Mom. No, I cannot let him succeed. Purification progress 95%, 96%, 95%, 96%, 97%. 98%, 99%. Just as the abyssal flood dragon's gaping maw was about to bite Dragon Mom. Purification progress 100%. Congratulations, host, on completing the ultimate evolution. Current form, 5-clawed golden dragon. Dragon bloodline concentration increased to 85%. Unlocked divine ability. Power of creation. Ancestral dragon's might. True dragon's breath, pointing at the sky. Ling Zhai's current combat power is mediocre. Can fight head-on with a half-step true dragon. An unprecedented power boomed within my body and burst forth. Break, I roared. My body violently trembled. A deafening roar. The black giant cocoon instantly exploded. Countless fragments scattered and flew. An extremely dazzling golden pillar of light shot up from the secret chamber, pierced through the dragon palace, pierced through the sea surface, soaring straight into the 9 heavens, illuminating the entire East Sea. Slowly, I walked out from the light. My body surged to 100 meters in length. My entire body was covered in golden dragon scales. As if cast from gold, every single scale shimmered with sacred radiance. The dragon horns on my head became thick and majestic, branching into intricate forks. 5 sharp dragon claws gleamed with a cold light, capable of tearing apart heaven and earth. An extremely terrifying ancestral dragon's might burst forth from my body, instantly swept across the entire East Sea. The sea area spanning 1,000 li, all sea beasts, regardless of strength, collapsed to the ground, trembling uncontrollably, not daring to even raise their heads. The deep abyss flood dragon's movements instantly froze. He slowly turned his head to look at me, when he clearly saw my appearance, and felt the subtle pressure emanating from me. True fear appeared in his eyes for the first time. Even his body began to tremble. A 5-clawed golden dragon. His voice was trembling. How is this possible? You are clearly just a black mud fish that had just been reborn. How could you possibly evolve into a 5-clawed golden dragon? I did not answer. I just stared at him coldly. The golden barrel was full of insoluble sand and grit. You injured my brothers and sisters. I slowly began. My voice boomed like thunder throughout the entire secret chamber. You tried to devour my mother. You destroyed my home with each word I spoke. The aura around me surged by another degree. The stone walls of the entire secret chamber began to creak and groan, and countless dense cracks appeared. Now it's time for you to pay the price before my words had even finished. My figure flashed. Instantly, I appeared before the deep abyss flood dragon. He didn't even see my movements clearly. My dragon claw had already slammed hard into his face. With a bang, a deafening roar echoed. The deep abyss flood dragon, his entire body was violently sent flying by my strike. He crashed heavily into the stone wall, creating a massive deep pit in the wall. Shattered rocks flew and splattered. HMPH, the deep abyss flood dragon, spat out a mouthful of black blood. His eyes were filled with disbelief. This. How is this possible? How can you possess such immense power? You are too weak, I said coldly. My figure flashed once more, reappearing before him. Your speed is too slow. My 5 claws fiercely raked across his body. The sharp dragon claws easily tore through his proudly boasted scales, leaving 5 deep, bone-revealing gashes on his body. The deep abyss flood dragon let out a piercing shriek. He finally understood. The strength of this 5-clawed golden dragon before him far exceeded his imagination. He was simply no match for it. Damn it, a hint of madness flashed in the deep abyss flood dragon's eyes. A dense black demonic energy instantly erupted from his body. Since I can't defeat you, then we shall perish together. He actually intended to self-detonate his dragon pearl. The self-detonation of a half-step true dragon's dragon pearl was enough to level the entire East Sea Dragon Palace, along with all the surrounding 100-mile sea area. Want to self-detonate? Dream on, I snorted coldly. My figure flashed. My claws pressed firmly onto his body. The dragon's might was fully unleashed. A terrifying power surged from my dragon claws, forcibly suppressing the rampant energy within his body, pushing it all back down. What? The deep abyss flood dragon's eyes were filled with terror and despair. You can actually suppress my self-detonation. I told you. You are too weak, I said coldly. Then I opened my massive maw. My venomous fangs bit fiercely into his neck. Let out a cry. My venomous fangs pierced through his scales. Not only did they inject potent venom, but also a surge of ancestral dragon's inherent power, specifically designed to counter evil demons. The deep abyss flood dragon let out a shriek, even more agonizing than before. What kind of power is this? Why is my body dissolving? My demonic energy, my cultivation, large patches of black scales fell off his body. His flesh began to rot at a visible speed. His proudly boasted demonic energy, before the power of the ancestral dragon's origin, was like ice and snow meeting the scorching sun, instantly melting away completely. I released my bite and stepped on his head, pinning him firmly to the ground. Weren't you very arrogant just now, saying you'd bathe the East Sea Dragon Palace in blood, saying you'd devour my mother's dragon form, and saying you'd kill our entire family? What now? The deep abyss flood dragon struggled desperately to resist, but my dragon claw was like a mountain weighing 10,000 jun, pressing him down, making him unable to move. Mercy. He finally became afraid and begged for his life. I was wrong. I shouldn't have coveted the East Sea Dragon Palace. I am willing to offer my dragon pearl. Offer all my cultivation. Please spare my dog life. Dragon pearl, I sneered. Do you think I care for it? My mother almost died protecting me. My brothers and sisters. To protect me. Each one almost died. My brothers and sisters. To protect me, each suffered severe injuries. Can a single dragon pearl of yours compensate for all this? The deep abyss flood dragon was utterly despairing. A final glint of madness flashed in his eyes. Since you won't spare me, then we shall die together. He once again detonated his dragon pearl. This time, he detonated all of his cultivation and life force. Terrifying energy within his body surged wildly, about to explode, want to self-detonate. Then let me see how much evolution your dragon pearl can provide me. I sneered and opened my great maw. The system's ultimate devouring power instantly erupted. High-energy self-detonation reaction detected. Consume 50,000 purification points to activate ultimate divine ability. Devour heaven and earth. Devour heaven and earth. Can devour all energy, matter, and laws, including but not limited to self-detonation. Heavenly tribulation. Origin power. Activate, I silently affirmed in my mind. The next second, my mouth opened to an incredible extent, as if it could swallow the entire world. A massive black hole formed in my mouth, emitting a terrifying power that could devour everything. What the madness in the deep abyss flood dragon's eyes, instantly transformed into extreme terror. What kind of power is this? No. Impossible. How can the power of a dragon pearl's self-detonation be devoured? He wanted to stop the self-detonation, but it was already too late. With a boom, an earth-shattering explosion occurred. The dragon pearl completely shattered. An earth-shattering roar. The dragon pearl completely shattered. Terrifying energy, like a volcanic eruption, gushed forth. It was enough to level the entire East Sea. The seawater was instantly evaporated. The surrounding stone walls instantly turned into dust. But just as this energy was about to spread, the black hole in my mouth erupted with an even more terrifying suction force. All the self-detonation energy, along with the deep abyss flood dragon's body, was completely sucked into the black hole. No, I refused to accept this. The deep abyss flood dragon let out a final desperate roar I cultivated for 5,000 years. It wasn't easy to reach the half-step true dragon realm. How could I die at the hands of a little guy who just evolved? In hand, but no matter how unwilling he was, it couldn't change the outcome. Ultimately, the deep abyss flood dragon, along with all the energy from his self-detonation, all were swallowed by me into the heavy devouring. Deep abyss flood dragon, half-step true dragon, gained 100,000 purification points. Devouring dragon pearl self-detonation energy, gained 50,000 purification points. Current purification points, 255,000/20,000. Final purification conditions met. System begins ultimate upgrade. Upgrade progress, 10%, 30%, 50%. Terrifying energy surged wildly within my body. My body began to glow once more. The golden light became increasingly dazzling, eventually forming a massive light cocoon, enveloping me entirely. Outside the secret chamber, those escaped sea beasts watched from afar in the direction of the dragon palace. At the golden light rising into the sky, their eyes were filled with extreme terror. Their king, the half-step true dragon deep abyss flood dragon, was simply devoured, and the being that devoured him was now undergoing its ultimate transformation. Inside the secret chamber, my 8 brothers and sisters slowly woke up. They looked at the massive light cocoon. Their eyes were filled with shock and awe. Little 9, just how far will he evolve? Third brother, see, could it be Big Brother shook his head. But I know our East Sea is about to produce a true king. Just then, the light cocoon suddenly began to tremble violently. A dragon's might, even more terrifying than before, emanated from the light cocoon. This dragon's might even caused the waters of the entire 4 seas to begin to boil. All sea beasts within a 10,000-li radius prostrated themselves on the ground, trembling uncontrollably. Even the dragon clans far away in the South Sea, West Sea, and North Sea felt this terrifying pressure. All rushed towards the East Sea. With a crisp crack, the light barrier shattered in response. Countless golden fragments, like meteors, scattered and splashed in all directions. A golden light, even more dazzling than the sun, once again shot up into the sky, piercing through the clouds and illuminating the entire 3 realms. I slowly walked out from the light, my body rapidly expanding to 300 meters long. My entire body was covered in sacred golden dragon scales. Every single scale, on every scale, was carved with innate Taoist patterns. Most crucially, my dragon claws were no longer 5-clawed, but 9-clawed. Each claw grew 9 sharp points. My dragon claws shone with a hidden light that could tear through space-time. The dragon horns on my head transformed into ancient, majestic deer antlers. Each branch contained the power of creation. The system's upgrade was finally complete. Current form, 9-clawed golden dragon. Dragon bloodline purity increased to 99%, infinitely close to the primordial ancestral dragon, unlocked all divine abilities and powers of creation. Dragon's might, true dragon's breath, space-time travel, seal of 10,000 laws, obscure the heavens and reveal the earth. I gently swayed my body, and the entire East Sea's waters instantly surged. A massive whirlpool formed with the Dragon Palace as its center, 10,000 zhang in diameter. And bottomless, I reigned in my power, and the whirlpool slowly subsided. I turned to look at Dragon Mother on the stone bed, and the 8 heavily injured older siblings behind me. I extended my dragon claw, and a gentle power of creation flowed out, enveloping them. Dragon Mother's faint life aura instantly grew strong. Her injuries healed at a visible rate. The injuries on my 8 older siblings also instantly healed. Broken dragon claws, blinded eyes, and torn tails all recovered as before. Little 9 Dragon Mother slowly opened her eyes and looked at me, her eyes filled with relief and pride. "My child, you've grown up and become a true dragon mom." My nose tingled, and I swam over, gently nuzzling her dragon body with my head. "I'm back. I've protected you. I've protected our home." Just then, out of the corner of my eye, I noticed in the abyss, where the flood dragon had died, there was a black imperial scroll and a token engraved with the heavenly court's mark. I reached out and beckoned, and the imperial scroll and token flew into my hand. My divine sense probed into them. The contents within made my expression instantly darken. In the imperial scroll were secret communications between the Grand Elder and the heavenly court's Water Star Lord. So, it was the heavenly court plotting behind the scenes from the very beginning. Water Virtue Star Lord had long coveted the position of East Sea Dragon. He colluded with the Grand Elder and conspired with the Abyss Flood Dragon, wanting to use the Abyss Flood Dragon's hand to kill Dragon Mother and us. After a long time, then Water Virtue Star Lord would then legitimately take over the East Sea, and that token was the Heavenly Court's troop dispatching token. It showed that 100,000 heavenly soldiers and heavenly generals had already gathered at the South Heaven Gate and would descend to the mortal realm on the morrow, under the charge of the East Sea Dragon clan, colluding with demonic forces. They would purge the East Sea with blood. Good. Very good. A cold light flashed in my eyes. Drillwell's flying sword and command token haven't gone to find you yet. Yet you've delivered yourselves to my doorstep. Just then, outside the palace, a flurry of hurried footsteps suddenly sounded. Outside the palace, a flurry of hurried footsteps suddenly sounded. A shrimp soldier scrambled in, his face pale, his voice trembling. "Your Majesty, Dragon King, your 9 highnesses. This is bad. The South Sea, West Sea, and North Sea, their 3 dragon kings, leading the armies of the 4 seas dragon clans, have already arrived at the entrance of the Dragon Palace. They say you have awakened your true form as a 9-clawed golden dragon, an heir of the primordial ancestral dragon. They wish to honor you as the Lord of the 4 seas. Also, the heavenly court's 100,000 heavenly soldiers and heavenly generals have already departed from the South Heaven Gate, heading straight for the East Sea." I slowly raised my head and looked towards the Dragon Palace, and beyond it, to the 9 heavens above. The golden barrel was full of ice-cold sand and grit, and the domineering aura to conquer the world. Good. It's time for us to settle accounts together for what the Heavenly Court owes our East Sea. I will reclaim everything, principal and interest, these 4 seas, these 3 realms. It's time for them to change masters. As my words fell, the 9-clawed golden dragon's pressure around me surged once more. My golden dragon scales shimmered brightly in the seawater. The entire East Sea's waters surged rhythmically, following the sway of my dragon tail. At the entrance of the Dragon Palace, the 3 dragon kings, leading the armies of the 4 seas dragon clans, all bowed in unison towards the depths of the Dragon Palace, performing the most respectful dragon clan salute. For tens of thousands of years, the East Sea Dragon clan has finally produced a 9-clawed golden dragon. This is, after the primordial ancestral dragon, the first true dragon within the 4 seas with pure bloodline, infinitely close to the ancestral dragon. I swayed my dragon body, carrying Dragon Mother and 8 of myself. I swayed my dragon body, taking Dragon Mother and my 8 older siblings, slowly swam out of the Dragon Palace when my 300-meter-long 9-clawed golden dragon true form appeared before the 4 seas dragon clans. All dragons, old and young, prostrated themselves on the ground, not daring to even raise their heads. Even the South Sea, West Sea, and North Sea dragon kings lowered their proud heads, their eyes filled with awe and reverence. Greetings, reincarnation of the ancestral dragon. Greetings, common lord of the four seas. The three dragon kings spoke in unison, their voices filled with uncontrollable excitement. The dragon clan has been silent for countless millennia. It is finally about to rise again. I slowly scanned the three dragon kings, my gaze finally settling on the North Sea Dragon King on the far left. His body trembled slightly, and in his eyes, besides reverence, there was also a hint of imperceptible resistance and panic. North Sea Dragon King, I slowly began, my voice like a thunderclap exploding over the sea. I heard that when I awakened my nine-clawed true form. It was you who, not only did you not come to greet me immediately, but instead lingered outside the Dragon Palace for 3 hours. I wonder what your intentions were. The North Sea Dragon King's body trembled, and he quickly bowed. Common Lord, please see clearly. Your humble dragon's actions were merely out of concern that a rash arrival might disturb the common lord's evolution. There was absolutely no disrespect intended. Is that so? I sneered, and lightly flicked my dragon tail. An invisible dragon's might instantly pressed down on the North Sea Dragon King. His 100-meter-long dragon body was instantly pressed down to the seabed, unable to even twitch. The surrounding dragon clans were all stunned. No one expected that as soon as I appeared, I would directly make a move against the North Sea Dragon King. I heard that just 3 days ago, you even sent an envoy to the heavenly court to liaise with. Water Virtue Star Lord, I slowly began. With each word I spoke, the pressure on his body intensified. I wonder what you and Water Virtue Star Lord discussed. Can you tell us all about it? The North Sea Dragon King's face instantly turned ashen, his entire body trembling like chaff, unable to utter a single word. Just then, the West Sea Dragon King, who was beside him, suddenly stepped forward and bowed to me. Common Lord, please quell your anger. Your humble dragon can bear witness to this matter. The North Sea Dragon King did not collude with the heavenly court. Instead, he feigned allegiance and went to Water Virtue Star Lord as an undercover agent. I raised an eyebrow and looked at the West Sea Dragon King, a hint of surprise flashing in my eyes. This is a twist I hadn't expected. The West Sea Dragon King raised a hand and waved, and a crystal appeared in midair. Inside, it clearly recorded the North Sea Dragon King and Water Virtue Star Lords. All of the envoy's dialogue clearly showed that the North Sea Dragon King feigned allegiance to the Water Star Lord. But in reality, it was to extract from the heavenly court the deployment plans of 100,000 celestial soldiers and generals. Furthermore, there was all the evidence of Water Virtue Star Lord colluding with the Abyss Flood Dragon. After I finished reading the contents within the crystal, I gently flicked my dragon tail, removing the slight pressure on the North Sea Dragon King. It was I who wronged you, I said, my voice softening a few degrees. The North Sea Dragon King quickly raised his head, his eyes filled with excitement. Co-Lord, you see clearly, even if this little dragon had the greatest courage in the world, I would not dare to betray the Dragon Clan. The Water Virtue Star Lord is a treacherous man. His ambition not only lies with the East Sea, but he also wants to turn all four seas into his personal possessions. Even if this little dragon has to risk his life, I will never let him succeed. Good, I laughed heartily. Indeed, you are a son of my dragon clan, full of spirit and backbone. Since that is the case, then today we shall settle all old and new grievances. Let the heavenly court see that my four seas dragon clan is not a soft persimmon to be needed by anyone. Just at this moment, from above the 9 heavens, a deafening sound of war drums suddenly echoed. Golden auspicious clouds instantly covered the sky above the East Sea. Countless celestial soldiers and generals, clad in armor and wielding weapons, appeared densely packed above the clouds. Leading them was none other than the heavenly court's righteous deity of the water department. Water Virtue Star Lord. He wore a water god's divine, held the water-calming divine whip, and was followed by the 4 great water gods and 100,000 celestial soldiers and generals. With murderous intent, they stared at the East Sea surface. Wicked creature, Water Virtue Star Lord roared furiously, his voice echoing throughout the entire East Sea. This wicked creature of the Dragon Clan has colluded with the demonic path, assassinated a heavenly court official, and indulged his subordinates in causing havoc. Today, I come by the Jade Emperor's decree to apprehend you and your kind. Surrender yourselves quickly. Otherwise, today the East Sea shall be bathed in blood, and your East Sea Dragon Clan will suffer eternal damnation. I heard this, and looking up, let out a dragon's roar that shook heaven and earth. The entire East Sea's waters instantly surged into colossal waves, crashing towards the 9 heavens above. Water Virtue Star Lord, you despicable wretch, I sneered, my voice full of mockery. You secretly colluded with the Abyss Flood Dragon to harm the East Sea Dragon Lord, wanting to seize control of all 4 seas. Now you turn around and accuse me of colluding with the demonic path. Your audacity, I fear, is thicker than the coral reefs at the bottom of the East Sea. Impudent water virtue, Star-Lord's face instantly flushed crimson. He stood firm and declared, "Utter nonsense. I am a righteous deity of the heavenly court. How could I collude with demonic evildoers? You wicked creature dare to slander a heavenly court official. Your crime is compounded, whether it's slander or not. You know perfectly well in your heart." I raised my hand and waved. The imperial jade slip, which recorded his secret correspondence with the Great Elder, instantly flew into the air. Its contents were clearly displayed before all the celestial soldiers and generals and the Four Seas Dragon Clan. The 100,000 celestial soldiers and generals instantly burst into an uproar, looking at each other, their faces filled with disbelief. They never imagined that the demonic enchantress they were ordered by imperial decree to capture was actually framed by their own superior, and their commander-in-chief was the one truly colluding with the demonic path. Water Virtue Star-Lord looked at the contents of the imperial jade slip, his face instantly turning ashen white as paper. A trace of red flashed in his eyes, instantly turning ashen white as paper. A trace of panic flashed in his eyes. Impossible. This imperial jade slip was clearly destroyed by me. How can it be in your hands? He blurted out, only realizing he had spilled the beans after speaking. His face instantly turned ashen. I raised an eyebrow and smiled. "So, you admit it?" Water Virtue Star-Lord snapped back to his senses, a fierce glint flashing in his eyes. At this point, he had no retreat. Even if his scheme was exposed, he could only bite the bullet and press on. As long as he killed me and destroyed the evidence, there would be no proof for this matter. Impudent Water Virtue Star-Lord roared loudly. "This imperial jade slip is a forgery by you. You are slandering this lord. All celestial soldiers, heed my command. This wicked creature spreads deceptive words, colluding with the demonic path. An act of utmost evil. Immediately attack with me and capture all of the East Sea Dragon Clan." But the celestial soldiers and generals behind him each stood rooted to their spots, not a single one making a move. Their faces were filled with hesitation. After all, the contents of the imperial jade slip were too real. None of them wanted to become an accomplice to a treacherous official colluding with the demonic path. A bunch of good-for-nothings. Water Virtue Star-Lord cursed furiously upon seeing this. The four great water gods behind him instantly made their move, charging towards me. The four great water gods were the four strongest divine generals under Water Virtue Star-Lord. Each possessed strength not inferior to a true dragon. When the four joined forces, they could even stir the waters of the four seas. Their power boundless. "Seize him for me. This wicked creature," Water Virtue Star-Lord roared. The four great water gods responded in unison with a roar. The four great water gods responded in unison, their weapons in hand gleaming with cold light. They stirred the boundless seawater, transforming it into four water dragons that fiercely lunged at me. Perfect timing. A glint flashed in my eyes. I was just looking for a place to gain some experience. These four guys just delivered themselves to my doorstep. "Big brother, second sister, third brother, you all guard the Dragon Palace and protect Mother," I said loudly. "I'll handle these four scoundrels." Little Nine, Little Zin, and the 8 siblings shouted in unison. Kiki stood guard by Dragon Mother's side. The 4 Sea Dragon Kings also immediately led their dragon army, formed their battle formations, and confronted the celestial soldiers and generals. I swayed my 9-clawed dragon body, neither dodging nor evading, and charged directly towards the 4 water dragons. I opened my maw wide and directly activated the Devour system. A terrifying force erupted from my mouth. Those 4 imposing water dragons were actually swallowed whole by me in one gulp into my belly. Ding! Devoured the weak water of the 4 seas, gained water immunity passive, gained 10,000 evolution points. The 4 great water gods were instantly dumbfounded. They never imagined their proud ultimate skill would actually be swallowed by me in one gulp. "How is that possible?" the leading heavenly water god exclaimed in shock. "How could you possibly devour weak water? This is one of the world's most unique substances. The coldest water. Is that all you've got?" I sneered, my figure flashing, instantly appearing before the heavenly water god. He didn't even clearly see my movements. My dragon claw lashed out, their eyes filled with fanaticism and worship. This is the power of a 9-clawed golden dragon. This is their co-lord of the 4 seas. Water Virtue Star-Lord looked at the defeated 4 great water gods. His face extremely grim. His eyes were filled with disbelief. "Impossible. This is absolutely impossible. You are merely a newly evolved nine-clawed golden dragon. How could you possess such powerful strength? Do you think my nine-clawed golden dragon form is the same as those ordinary five-clawed golden dragons? I sneered, slowly flying towards Water Virtue Star Lord. You colluded with the Abyss Flood Dragon, harmed my mother, injured my brothers and sisters, and oppressed my East Sea. This debt, today we shall settle properly. Water Virtue Star Lord looked at me, pressing closer with each step, a trace of madness flashing in his eyes. He suddenly raised his hand and pulled out a jet-black token. It was covered with eerie blood-red patterns, emitting a dense abyss demonic chi. Do you think this lord only has this much ability? Water Virtue Star Lord burst into maniacal laughter, veins bulging on his face. Do you really think? Is the abyssal flood dragon our army's biggest trump card? Wrong. Completely wrong. I looked at that token. My pupils constricted slightly. This aura originated from a different source than the demonic energy on the abyssal flood dragon. But it was even denser, even more sinister. You were long ago tainted by the abyssal demonic kai. I, Chen Sheng, spoke, my eyes filled with rage. You, a dignified true god of the Heavenly Court's Water Division, actually defected to the abyssal fiends. The Lord of Water Virtue Star's eyes were filled with fanaticism and worship. This is the power of the nine-clawed golden dragon. This is their co-lord of the four seas. The Lord of Water Virtue Star looked at the four water gods who had been defeated, his face extremely grim, his eyes filled with disbelief. Impossible. This is absolutely impossible. Merely a newly evolved nine-clawed golden dragon. How could it possess such formidable power? Do you think this nine-clawed golden dragon, am like those ordinary five-clawed golden dragons? I sneered, slowly flying towards the Lord of Water Virtue Star. You colluded with the abyssal flood dragon, harmed my mother, injured my elder siblings, and oppressed my East Sea. We should settle this score properly today. The Lord of Water Virtue Star looked at me, pressing closer with each step. A hint of madness flashed in his eyes. He suddenly raised his hand and pulled out a jet-black token. It was covered in strange, blood-red patterns, emitting a dense abyssal demonic chi. Do you think this lord only has this much ability? The Lord of Water Virtue Star laughed maniacally. Veins bulged on his face. Do you really think the abyssal flood dragon is our army's biggest trump card? Wrong. Completely wrong. I looked at that token. My pupils constricted slightly. This aura originated from a different source than the demonic energy on the abyssal flood dragon. But it was even denser, even more sinister. You were long ago tainted by the abyssal demonic kai. I, Chen Sheng, spoke, my eyes filled with rage. You, a dignified true god of the Heavenly Court's Water Division, actually defected to the abyssal fiends. The Lord of Water Virtue Star laughed maniacally. So what? The Heavenly Court treated me disrespectfully. A mere Lord of Water Virtue Star position could never satisfy me. As long as I helped the abyssal overlord break the ancestral dragon's seal, I can become the Lord of the three realms. By then, let alone the four seas, even the position of the Jade Emperor of the Heavenly Court should be mine. As these words came out, the entire scene was shocked. The 100,000 heavenly soldiers and generals instantly erupted in chaos. They never expected their own commander had actually defected to the abyssal fiends, and even intended to help the fiends break the ancestral dragon's seal, conspiring to rebel against the Heavenly Court. Rebel? The Lord of Water Virtue Star has rebelled. Someone shouted. The 100,000 heavenly soldiers and generals instantly turned their spears, all pointing them at the Lord of Water Virtue Star. Seeing this, the Lord of Water Virtue Star not only showed no fear, but laughed even more maniacally. A bunch of trash dares to oppose me. Today, I will make all of you be buried with me. He fiercely crushed the black token in his hand. A terrifying surge of abyssal demonic chi instantly erupted from the token, sweeping across the entire sky. Within the demonic chi, countless hideous abyssal demonic beasts roared and charged out. Each one possessed strength no weaker than that of the heavenly soldiers and generals. Their numbers were countless. In the blink of an eye, the entire sky above the East Sea was enveloped by endless abyssal demonic chi. Kill the Lord of Water Virtue Star roared. Slaughter them all. Leave none alive. The endless abyssal demonic beast. Kill them all. Leave none behind. These endless abyss demons instantly charged towards the heavenly soldiers and generals, and the dragon race of the four seas. The heavenly soldiers and generals, and the dragon army immediately met them. The two sides instantly clashed. The entire sky above the East Sea was filled with earth-shattering battle cries. The Lord of Water Virtue Star taking advantage of the chaos, suddenly rushed towards the Dragon Palace. His target was Dragon Mother. Although Dragon Mother had recovered from her injuries, her true dragon essence had not yet fully recovered. This was her weakest moment. If he captured Dragon Mother, he could control me. Dream on, I instantly perceived his intention. My figure flickered, blocking his path. Your opponent is me. If you want to envy my current situation with my mother, then scram. The Lord of Water Virtue Star roared, the divine water-fixing whip in his hand, carried endless abyssal demonic kai, and fiercely lashed out at me. A single lash could drain an entire ocean. Even an ordinary true dragon would have its divine soul shattered by a single lash. I neither dodged nor avoided, allowing the divine water-fixing whip to strike my dragon scales. With a clang, a mighty metallic sound, the divine water-fixing whip was directly bounced away, and my dragon scales didn't even have a white mark. The indestructible Vajra divine ability, coupled with the physical strength of a 9-clawed golden dragon, let alone a mere divine water-fixing whip. Even the Heavenly Court's demon-slaying platform couldn't harm me in the slightest. How is that possible? The Lord of Water Virtue Star cried out in alarm, his face filled with despair. How could your physical body be so strong? I said you were too weak. I spoke coldly. I said you were too weak. I spoke coldly. My claws fiercely struck out, directly clawing towards the chest of the Lord of Water Virtue Star. The Lord of Water Virtue Star tried to dodge, but my speed was too fast. He couldn't dodge at all. With a *puchai* sound, my dragon claws directly pierced through his divine armor, leaving on his chest 5 deep, bone-revealing bloody marks. The Lord of Water Virtue Star let out a mournful shriek. Divine blood instantly gushed out. System: Lord of Water Virtue Star defeated. Gained 50,000 evolution points. Current evolution points: 335,000. 30,000. Bloodline purification conditions met. Purify immediately. Purify, I silently chanted in my heart. The next second, a surge of scorching energy instantly erupted within my body. My dragon bloodline concentration instantly rose from 99% to 100%. The bloodline of the primordial ancestral dragon was completely awakened. A pressure more than 10 times stronger than before instantly erupted from my body, sweeping across the entire 3 realms. Whether it was the heavenly court above the 9 heavens, or the underworld beneath the 9 nethers, or all living beings in the 4 seas and 8 desolaces, all felt this suppression originating from the depths of their bloodline. The suppression from the depths. All members of the dragon race, no matter where they were, all bowed their heads towards the East Sea in reverence. Even the Jade Emperor above the 9 heavens suddenly stood up from his dragon throne, his eyes filled with shock. Ancestral dragon aura. It's the ancestral dragon's aura. It's the ancestral dragon's aura. The primordial ancestral dragon is actually about to reappear in the 3 realms. Above the East Sea, the golden light around me grew increasingly intense. My 300-meter-long dragon whiskers surged again, directly reaching a length of 1,000 meters. My 9 dragon claws, each one shimmered with a cold light, capable of tearing through space and time. The dragon horns on my head became even more ancient and majestic, faintly exuding the power to split heaven and earth. Bloodline purification complete. Current bloodline concentration: 100%. Primordial ancestral dragon bloodline. Current form: ancestral dragon form activated, unlocking all ancestral dragon divine abilities. Creation of heaven and earth. Words become law. Bloodline suppression. Immunity to all laws. I slowly opened my eyes. My golden dragon pupils seemed to contain a universe. Under my gaze, the Lord of Water Virtue Star trembled all over, unable to even stand. With a plop asterisk, he knelt in midair, his eyes filled with extreme terror. Ancestral dragon, you are actually the reincarnation of the ancestral dragon. His voice was trembling, even his teeth were chattering. Only now do you realize. Too late. I sneered. You colluded with abyssal demons and conspired to harm my East Sea Dragon clan. You are condemned by the 3 realms, deserving 10,000 deaths. Today, I shall cleanse the 3 realms of your presence. No, the Water Virtue Star Lord begged frantically for mercy. I was wrong. I know I was wrong. Please, Ancestral Dragon Lord, spare my life. I am willing to offer all my cultivation. I am willing to be your ox or your horse. Your horse, spare you. My gaze was icy cold. My mother was nearly killed by you. When she was on the brink of death, why didn't you think of sparing her life? My brothers and sisters, in order to protect the Dragon Palace, were beaten black and blue by your subordinates. Why didn't you think of sparing their lives? Now you know to beg for mercy. Too late. I opened my great maw and directly activated the ultimate devouring power. A terrifying, sharp force instantly enveloped the Water Virtue Star Lord. No, I refused to accept this. The Water Virtue Star Lord let out a final desperate roar. He wanted to detonate his divine core and perish with me, but under the suppression of the ancestral dragon's bloodline. He didn't even have the right to self-destruct. He could only watch helplessly as he was slowly devoured by me, bit by bit, into my maw. Devouring the Water Virtue Star Lord, a righteous god of the heavenly court, gained 1 million evolution points. Devouring abyssal demonic energy, gained abyssal immunity passive. Current evolution points, 1,335,000,000,000, 1 million. Ancestral dragon true form can be unlocked. After devouring the Water Virtue Star Lord, the abyssal demons he had summoned instantly lost control, becoming utterly chaotic. I coldly swept my gaze over the demons, with not a ripple in my eyes. My word is law. I slowly spoke. As the 4 words fell, an invisible power of law instantly swept across the entire sky above the East Sea. All the abyssal demons instantly turned to ash, without leaving even a trace. The vast abyssal demonic energy also instantly vanished without a trace. The sky once again returned to clarity. 100,000 heavenly soldiers descended, and all the dragon clans of the 4 seas knelt on the ground, shouting in unison, "Hail the ancestral dragon! Long live the great ancestral dragon emperor!" The sound shook heaven and earth, spreading throughout the 4 seas and 8 desolations. I, having reigned in my aura, slowly descended before the dragon palace. Dragon Mother, with my 8 brothers and sisters, came forward to greet me. Little 9th Dragon Mother looked at me, her eyes filled with relief and pride. "My child, you truly did it." Mom, I went to Dragon Mother's side again, gently nuzzling her dragon scales with my head. "This is all what I should do. I promised you I would protect you and protect." The East Sea just then, an auspicious cloud drifted down from the 9 heavens. Teibai Jinxing, holding the Jade Emperor's imperial decree, slowly descended. He first bowed respectfully to me, then he unfurled the imperial decree and loudly proclaimed, "By the mandate of heaven, the Jade Emperor decrees, the 9th Prince of the East Sea Dragon Clan has awakened the ancestral dragon bloodline, pacified the abyssal demons, and purged the heavenly court of traitors. For his immense martial prowess, he is hereby enfeoffed as the co-lord of the 4 seas, to govern all waters of the 4 seas and 8 desolations. His title shall be Ancestral Dragon Emperor." By imperial command, Teibai Jinxing finished reading and bowed respectfully to me again. "Congratulations, Ancestral Dragon Emperor. Felicitations, Ancestral Dragon Emperor." The Jade Emperor has also prepared a victory banquet in the Xiao Palace and invites the Ancestral Dragon Emperor to the heavenly court. Prepared a victory banquet and invites the Ancestral Dragon Emperor to the heavenly court. I took the imperial decree and calmly said, "The victory banquet is unnecessary. Please thank the Jade Emperor for his kindness on my behalf. My East Sea Dragon clan only wishes to guard the 4 seas well and protect the waters of the 3 realms. We will not participate in the heavenly court's disputes, but should anyone dare to collude with abyssal demons again, to scheme against my 4 seas, or harm my dragon clan, even if I have to chase them to the ends of the earth, I will absolutely not let them go." Teibai Jinxing quickly nodded. "Yes, yes. Your humble servant will certainly convey the words of the great ancestral dragon emperor, word for word to the Jade Emperor." After speaking, he dared not linger any longer and quickly returned to the heavenly court with the imperial decree. Only 100 million. The entire 3 realms knew that a 9-clawed golden dragon, a reincarnation of the ancestral dragon, had emerged from the East Sea, becoming the new co-lord of the 4 seas. No one dared to covet the East Sea anymore. Even the heavenly court showed me 3 parts deference. In the days that followed, the 4 seas returned to their former tranquility. I, with my 8 brothers and sisters, rectified the order of the 4 seas, cleansing the sea beasts that had plagued certain regions, and appeased the dragon clans of the 4 seas. The entire 4 seas became unprecedentedly harmonious. Eldest brother, due to this battle, broke through his bloodline limitations, evolving into his Yinglong true form. Second sister also awakened her water control divine ability, becoming the water god of the East Sea. My other brothers and sisters, with my help, saw their strength advance by leaps and bounds. They were no longer the same as before, those spoiled royal siblings who only knew how to bully me. The dragon clan became formidable dragon warriors, capable of standing on their own, especially Wu Mei. She, earlier, to protect Dragon Mother. Was struck by the Water Virtue Star Lord's magic treasure and almost died. I used my own ancestral dragon essence and slowly repaired her damaged life force. She also, because of this, awakened a rare healing divine ability, becoming the god of eternal life of the 4 seas. That day, I watched her in the Dragon Palace's coral garden, using her healing divine ability to treat injured small fish and shrimp. I suddenly remembered the 18 years since my rebirth. All the dragon princes and princesses bullied me, mocking me for being a black loach that couldn't even grow scales. Only she would secretly save the freshest deep-sea seafood for me, would secretly heal me after eldest brother had sent me flying, would secretly heal me, when everyone else told Dragon Mother to throw me into the myriad sand sea. Stand up and speak for me. Wu Mei noticed my gaze, turned her head and smiled at me. Ninth brother, why are you here? I swam over, looking at her. I softly said, thank you. Fifth sister was momentarily stunned. Then she laughed. Thank me for what? We are family. Yes, family. I smiled and nodded. My heart felt warm. In this life, I not only have a mother who protects me completely, but also brothers and sisters with whom I can fight side by side. I have a home I wish to protect. Days passed one by one. Dragon Mother's true dragon essence, also under the nourishment of my ancestral dragon power, slowly recovered, bit by bit, becoming even stronger than before. The entire East Sea Dragon Palace was filled with joy and harmony. The dragon clans of the four seas also lived in peace and contentment. Life was peaceful and fulfilling, but in my heart, it was peaceful and fulfilling. Yet, in my heart, there was always a faint unease. The words the water virtue Star Lord spoke before his death kept echoing in my mind. Abyssal ruler, ancestral dragon seal. I always felt that this matter was not so simple. The water virtue Star Lord was merely a clown. The abyssal ruler behind him was the real big trouble. One day, I was cultivating ancestral dragon divine abilities in the ancestral dragon hall deep within the East Sea. Ancestral dragon divine abilities. Suddenly, the waters of the entire four seas began to tremble violently. A cold, evil aura slowly emanated from the deepest part of the four seas bottom. This aura was 1,000 times, 10,000 times stronger than the previous abyssal flood dragon and the water virtue Star Lord, even making the ancestral dragon bloodline within me feel a hint of threat. I sharply opened my eyes. My figure flashed, instantly appearing at the bottom of the four seas. This was where, during the ancient Primordial, the ancestral dragon personally laid down the seal. From the deepest part of the seal came waves of low roars and the sound of chains rattling. The seal has loosened. My pupils constricted. I secretly thought, this is bad. Just then, from within the seal, an ancient and evil voice was heard. Little fellow of Xianxia, we finally meet. 10,000 years have passed. A full 10,000 years. This venerable one is finally about to emerge. Who are you? I, Xianxia, asked. The ancestral dragon aura around me fully unleashed, firmly locking onto the aura deep within the seal. This venerable one, the voice laughed wildly. This venerable one is a chaos demon god, the abyss ruler who was sealed here by your old ancestor. Xianxia, with his own hands back then, that old fellow Xianxia exhausted his life just to seal this venerable one here. Now, his bloodline successor is right outside. Don't you think if this venerable one devours you, I could directly break this seal and even replace Xianxia to become the new ruler of these three realms? As his voice fell, the seal suddenly trembled violently. Countless strands of abyssal demonic energy gushed out from the cracks in the seal. The seawater of the entire four seas instantly turned pitch black. I stared intently at the cracks in the seal. My golden dragon eyes were filled with cold, killing intent. Want to devour me? I sneered. Then let's see if you have the ability. Your old ancestor could seal you here back then. And today, I can keep you trapped here forever, never to reincarnate. Quite a big swagger. The abyss ruler laughed wildly. Little fellow, don't think that just because you've awakened the Xianxia bloodline, you're invincible. Do you think the water virtue Star Lord was infected by demonic energy by chance? Do you think the abyssal flood dragons dared to attack true dragons on a whim? All of this was arranged by this venerable one. You thought you won. No, you merely stepped, step by step, into this venerable one's carefully laid trap. Those demonic energies you devoured, the flesh and blood of those abyssal creatures, long ago became this venerable one's means to sense you. Now, your Xianxia bloodline is the best key for this venerable one to break the seal. As his voice fell, the cracks in the seal suddenly widened. Countless pitch-black tentacles stretched out from the cracks, carrying world-destroying power, and fiercely clawed towards me. Meanwhile, in the direction of the East Sea Dragon Palace, a violent explosion suddenly erupted, followed by anxious shouts from my brothers and sisters. I sharply turned my head. My heart tightened. This is bad. luring the tiger away from its mountain. This abyss ruler's target was not me at all, but Dragon Mother in the Dragon Palace. Within Dragon Mother's true dragon origin, there also flows the purest ancestral dragon bloodline. You figured it out. Too late, the abyss ruler laughed wildly. Little fellow, enjoy this game thoroughly. Once this venerable one devours the true dragon origin, it will be the time for the three realms to be annihilated. I watched the demonic energy spreading towards the dragon palace, and then looked at the constantly widening cracks in the seal before me. In my golden dragon eyes, a monstrous rage instantly ignited. I swayed my 1,000-meter-long, 9-clawed golden dragon true form. The ancestral dragon power around me instantly erupted to its peak. No matter who dares to harm my family, who dares to destroy my home, I will ensure their souls are utterly extinguished, never to reincarnate. Time and space stasis. I roared in anger. The ancestral dragon divine ability instantly activated. The time of the entire 4 seas was completely frozen at this moment. The pitch-black demonic energy spreading towards the dragon palace, the wildly flailing abyssal tentacles. Even the surging seawater was completely stopped. The assistant, even the surging seawater, all stopped dead in place. Only I could freely traverse the frozen time and space. With a flash of my figure, in but a blink of an eye, I returned from the sealed land at the bottom of the 4 seas to before the East Sea Dragon Palace. Time and space stasis divine ability has advanced to its current level. At max level, it can freeze the 3 realms. Time can be frozen for a maximum of 1 incense stick's time. Gained 100,000 evolution points. The moment time resumed its flow, I stood before the Dragon Palace gates, opening my mouth wide. I activated the ultimate Devourer, a terrifying force, 100 times more powerful than before, instantly surged forth. It swept across the sky-filled demonic energy. Those corrosive abyssal demonic energies, like 100 rivers flowing into the sea, frantically surged into my mouth. Not even a trace managed to approach half an acre of the Dragon Palace. Devoured abyssal origin demonic energy. Gained abyssal law fragment. Gained 500,000 evolution points. Current evolution points 1,885,000 / 10 million. Can unlock ancestral dragon true form. First stage. I didn't expect you could return instantly. This venerable one underestimated you. The abyss ruler's sinister laughter came from the void. Countless pitch-black tentacles frantically drilled out from the spatial cracks. Each one carried the power to tear space apart and fiercely lashed towards me. These tentacles were more powerful than those that stretched out from the seal cracks before. By more than 10 times, it was covered with bloodstains. More than 10 times denser, they were covered in blood-red patterns. Within each pattern, countless wailing, vengeful spirits were hidden. Just looking at them made one's soul tremble. Is that all you've got? I sneered, and my dragon tail swept out fiercely. Golden ancestral dragon power condensed on the dragon tail into an indestructible, sharp light. A series of crisp cracking sounds rang out. Those abyssal tentacles lashing towards me were instantly severed into pieces. Pitch-black demonic blood gushed from the severed ends. Falling into the seawater, it instantly corroded the entire sea, making sizzling sounds. Ding! Severed abyss ruler's tentacles. Gained 200,000 evolution points. Gained abyssal regeneration law fragment X5. My tentacles, the abyss ruler's furious roar came from the void. You damned little bastard. This venerable one will grind your bones to dust, devour your soul, and ensure you never reincarnate. As his voice fell, a pitch-black demonic shadow slowly walked out from the spatial crack. This demonic shadow was 1,000 zhang tall. Its entire body was covered in pitch-black scales. 3 twisted demonic horns grew from its head. Its pair of blood-red eyes were filled with tyranny and madness. The demonic energy it emanated almost completely devoured the entire East Sea. This was clearly an avatar of the abyss ruler. Although it only possessed 30% of its main body's power, it still possessed a terrifying power, far surpassing that of an ordinary heavenly court great emperor. Little bastard, die! The abyss ruler's avatar roared and raised a hand to strike out a pitch-black demonic palm. Wherever the demonic palm passed, space shattered inch by inch. The seawater instantly evaporated. Even the laws of heaven and earth were completely twisted by this palm strike. Looking at the demonic palm striking towards me, I neither dodged nor avoided it. There was not a hint of fear in my eyes. Words become law. I slowly spoke. As the 4 words fell, the ancestral dragon divine ability instantly activated. That imposing pitch-black demonic palm instantly froze less than 100 meters in front of me. Then, like ice and snow meeting the scorching sun, it rapidly melted away at a visible speed. In but a blink of an eye, it completely vanished between heaven and earth. Not even a trace of demonic energy remained. The abyss ruler's avatar's pupils constricted, its face filled with disbelief. Words become law. You've actually mastered Zhulong's innate divine ability. Impossible. You're just a little fellow who just awakened his bloodline. How could you possibly control such a high level? Law, there's nothing impossible about it. I said coldly. My dragon claw slowly lifted, and I gently clenched it towards the Abyss Ruler's avatar. Space imprisonment. With a crack sound, the space around the Abyss Ruler's avatar was instantly compressed tightly, forming an indestructible golden cage, firmly trapping him within. No matter how frantically he struggled, he couldn't budge the cage in the slightest. Let go of me. Let go of me, you damned bastard. The Abyssal Lord's clone roared madly, demonic energy surging around him, trying to break free from the cage. But as soon as his demonic energy touched the golden cage, it was instantly purified, completely clean, unable to even stir a ripple. With just this much ability, you dare to run wild in my East Sea Dragon Palace. I sneered, opened my mouth and inhaled, and the ultimate devouring power erupted once again. A terrifying sharpness instantly enveloped the trapped Abyssal Lord's clone. No. No, in the Abyssal Lord's clone's eyes, fear appeared for the first time, begging frantically for mercy. I was wrong. Ancestor, I was wrong. Please spare me. I am willing to offer all my origin power. I am willing to be your servant, loyal to you forever. Too late, I said indifferently. The sharp power erupted again. The Abyssal Lord's clone let out a sharp, miserable shriek as his entire being was slowly sucked into my mouth. Not even a trace of his divine soul escaped the devouring. The Abyssal Lord's clone, granted 1 million evolution points, obtained Abyssal Law Origin, unlocked Ancestral Dragon True Form. First stage Dragon Bloodline Concentration, 100%. A never-before-felt power instantly erupted within my body. My 1,000-meter-long 9-clawed Golden Dragon True Form surged, directly reaching 10,000 zhang in length. The Golden Dragon scales all over my body. Each one was inscribed with innate Dao patterns. My 9 dragon claws, with a slight movement, could tear space apart, stirring up storms between the dragon horns on my head. Chaotic currents faintly swirled. A supreme pressure, belonging to the primordial ancestral dragon, instantly swept across the entire 3 realms, the heavenly court above the 9 heavens, the underworld below the 9 nethers. All living beings in the 4 seas and 8 desolations trembled under this pressure. All members of the dragon race, no matter where they were, collectively prostrated themselves towards the East Sea, shouting long live the ancestral dragon. Inside the dragon palace, Dragon Mother, with my 8 elder brothers and sisters, slowly swam out, looking at my 10,000 Zhanglong ancestral dragon true form. Their eyes were filled with comfort and pride. Little 9th Dragon Mother said softly, her voice choked with emotion, "My child, you have truly become an existence like our old ancestor." "Mother," I said, retracting the pressure around me, shrinking my form and swimming to Dragon Mother's side, gently rubbing her dragon body with my head. "I apologize for startling you. It was my fault for not protecting the Dragon Palace well." "Silly child," Dragon Mother said, shaking her head with a smile, and gently stroked my head with her dragon claw. "You did very well. Mother is proud of you. 9th brother, you're amazing." Wu Mei swam to my side, her dragon eyes sparkling with admiration. "Just now, you swallowed that great demon in one move. It was simply awesome." Little 9th eldest brother also stepped forward, looking at me, his eyes filled with guilt and awe. "Before, eldest brother was wrong." The teacher was filled with guilt and awe. "Before, eldest brother was wrong, always bullying you. Don't take it to heart. From now on, this life of eldest brother is yours. If you tell me to go east, I will never go west. Eldest brother is right." The other elder brothers and sisters also spoke in unison. "Little 9th, we were wrong before. From now on, we brothers and sisters will always stand with you. Whoever dares to touch the East Sea, whoever dares to touch our home, we will fight them to the death." Looking at Dragon Mother and my elder brothers and sisters before me, my heart felt warm. Reborn in this life, I finally had a true family, a haven I could protect with my life. A family doesn't need formalities. I said with a smile, "We are all siblings. Let's not dwell on the past. From now on, let's protect the East Sea together and protect our home." "All right," the 8 elder brothers and sisters responded in unison, their voices filled with excitement and passion. Just then, in a corner of the Dragon Palace, a sinister laugh suddenly echoed. "Hetty-het." What a touching family reunion. I sharply turned my head to look, only to see the figure of the Grand Elder slowly emerge from behind a coral pillar. His body was covered in dark abyssal demonic energy, and his eyes were full of madness and cold malice. Grand Elder eldest brother stood up and shouted, "You're still alive. When Star-Lord Shuai's fell earlier, you vanished without a trace. I thought you had hidden in your rat hole." "No," the Grand Elder burst into maniacal laughter. "Why should I hide? This East Sea Dragon Palace should have been mine all along." "Long Wu, This dragon palace should have originally been mine. Long Wu, this woman has occupied the Dragon King's position for so many years. She should have abdicated long ago. If it weren't for her protecting this black, mudskipper-like good-for-nothing, I would have controlled the entire East Sea long ago. Your courting death, a glint flashed in my eyes, and the ancestral dragon's pressure around me instantly erupted, pressing heavily towards the Grand Elder. But to my surprise, when my pressure landed on the Grand Elder, it was like a stone thrown into the sea, having no effect whatsoever. I raised an eyebrow, somewhat surprised. I didn't expect you to also be corrupted by abyssal demonic energy. No, that's not right, I suddenly realized, staring intently at the Grand Elder. The aura on your body is exactly the same as the Abyssal Lord's. You weren't corrupted by demonic energy at all. You are his other clone. As expected of the ancestral dragon's reincarnation. You do have some insight. Seeing the Grand Elder's smile grow even more sinister, his body began to twist and deform, and the demonic energy around him surged madly. In just a moment, he transformed into the same form as the previous clone, precisely the Abyssal Lord's second clone. This lord already 50 years ago, occupied this body and lurked in the East Sea Dragon Palace. The Grand Elder's voice had completely transformed into the Abyssal Lord's voice. Star Lord Shuide was supported by this lord. The Abyssal Flood Dragon was sent out by this lord. Even Dragon Mother's ambush in the Black Abyss was orchestrated by this lord. All for today. What did you say, Dragon Mother? What did you say? Dragon Mother's face instantly turned pale. Her eyes filled with disbelief. When I went to the Black Abyss to search for 10,000-year dragon marrow and was ambushed by the Sand Emperor and Moshe, it was actually arranged by you. Otherwise, what did you think? The Abyssal Lord laughed wildly. Those idiots alone, how could they accurately find your whereabouts? How could they force you to be severely injured? If this lord hadn't secretly intervened, did you think you could have returned alive from the Black Abyss? This lord spared your life, precisely to wait for today, to wait for a portion of true dragon origin, to be transferred to this little fellow, to wait for him to awaken his ancestral bloodline. His bloodline is the best key for this lord to break the seal. You despicable scoundrel, eldest brother roared in anger, about to rush forward and fight the Abyssal Lord to the death. Come back. I reached out and stopped eldest brother, coldly staring at the Abyssal Lord. So, you used the lure the tiger out of its mountain lair tactic just now to lead me to the sealed land, just so this clone could take the opportunity to attack my mother. Precisely, the Abyssal Lord nodded, his eyes full of triumph. It's just a pity this lord still underestimated you. I didn't expect you could instantly return, and so easily devour this lord's first clone. No matters. Now Dragon Mother is in this lord's hands. If you dare to move even a little, this lord will immediately crush her divine soul. As his voice fell, he suddenly raised his hand. A dark demonic chain instantly shot out, fiercely coiling around Dragon Mother. The speed was extreme, giving no one a chance to react. Oh no! Oh no! The 8 brothers and sisters exclaimed in unison, wanting to block in front of Dragon Mother. But it was already too late, just as the tribulation was about to entangle Dragon Mother. I moved my body and flashed, instantly appearing in front of Dragon Mother. I opened my mouth and inhaled, and that formidable tribulation was directly swallowed into my belly with one gulp. Devoured the abyss tribulation. Gained 50,000 evolution points. With such meager tricks, you dare to try and harm my mother in front of me. I sneered, looking at the Abyss Master. Have you forgotten that I am now in my true ancestral dragon form? Just with this clone that only possesses 2/10 of your true body's power. You're not even as good as an ant in front of me. Impossible. The Abyss Master's face instantly turned ashen. His eyes filled with disbelief. How could you have progressed so quickly? You just swallowed this venerable one's clone. How could you digest it so quickly? Nothing is impossible, I said indifferently. My dragon claw slowly lifted, and I gently clawed at the Abyss Master. Grand devouring art. This was a new killing move I created by merging the power of ultimate devouring and ancestral dragon divine abilities. As my words fell, a gigantic golden black hole instantly formed above the Abyss Master's head. The terrifying suction force, tens of thousands of times stronger than before, frantically pulled at his body. No, the Abyss Master let out a horrified roar. Demonic energy erupted madly around him, trying to resist this sharp force. But as soon as his demonic energy touched the golden black hole, it was instantly devoured completely. His body was also being pulled towards the black hole bit by bit. I'm not reconciled. I've schemed for 50 years. How could I be defeated by a mere youngster like you? You may not be convinced, but you'll have to be, I said coldly. My dragon claw suddenly clenched, and the golden black hole instantly contracted, directly swallowing the Abyss Master's clone. which had just self-destructed, whole, not even a ripple from the self-destruction, was able to leak out, devoured the Abyss Master's second clone, gained 800,000 evolution points, gained all memory fragments of the Abyss Master, unlocked the second stage of the ancestral dragon true body. Current combat power assessment, capable of fighting against Primordial and Chaos demon gods. After devouring this clone, all of the Abyss Master's memories surged into my mind like a tide. I finally understood what had happened over the past 10,000 years. Back when the primordial world shattered, Ancestor Wrong exhausted his lifelong cultivation to mend the heavens with his life. In the last moments of his life, he discovered that his evil thoughts had actually gained sentience amidst the endless demonic energy, transforming into the Abyss Master. To prevent this evil thought from harming the three realms, Ancestor Wrong used his very last bit of strength to seal the Abyss Master at the bottom of the four seas, using his own dragon body to become the Great Seal Formation. And this Great Seal Formation was not only a cage to trap the Abyss Master, but also the place of inheritance left by Ancestor Wrong. Only those who have awakened. Furthermore, it is the place of inheritance left by Ancestor Wrong. Descendants with 100% ancestral dragon bloodline can enter it and inherit ancestral dragons' complete legacy. As for the Abyss Master, these past years, he has constantly tried every means to break the seal, precisely to devour the inheritance left by ancestral dragon, and become the true master of the three realms. So that's how it is. No wonder he kept staring at my bloodline. So his true target was never me, but the inheritance left by ancestral dragon. Xiao Jiu. What's wrong? Dragon Mother looked at me, her eyes full of worry. Did something go wrong after you swallowed that demon's clone? What went wrong? It's nothing, Mom, I said, shaking my head with a smile. I've learned the truth about how old Ancestor sealed the Abyss Master back then, and I also know how to completely resolve this trouble. Really, the 8 brothers and sisters' eyes lit up. Xiao Jiu, you have a way to completely destroy that great demon. Of course, I nodded, my eyes full of confidence. Old Ancestor had already left a contingency plan. As long as I enter the sealed land and inherit his complete legacy, I can completely resolve the Abyss Master. No, Dragon Mother immediately pulled me. His eyes were full of anxiety. It's too dangerous. Not only is there old Ancestor's inheritance in that sealed land, but the Abyss Master's true body is also there, evolving, although you have now awakened the formidable ancestral dragon bloodline. He is, after all, an existence from the same era as old Ancestor. What if something happens? What will Mom do? That's right. Xiao Jiu, what's with Mother? What's the matter? That's right, eldest brother also quickly said. It's too dangerous. We can't let you take this risk. If it really doesn't work, we'll go to the Heavenly Court and ask the Jade Emperor for help. Our Four Seas Dragon clan, for so many years, has always offered tribute to the Heavenly Court. He can't just stand by and watch us perish. Ask the Jade Emperor for help. I smiled and shook my head, setting aside whether the Jade Emperor will act. Even if he does, he might not be a match for the Abyss Master. Moreover, this is our dragon clan's own affair. It's the karma left by old Ancestor, so naturally, it should be resolved by me, his descendant. But Dragon Mother still wanted to say something, but I interrupted her. Mom, I looked at her, my gaze incredibly firm. Please rest assured, I will be fine. I am your son, the reincarnation of ancestral dragon. This little trouble won't stump me. Moreover, only by completely resolving the Abyss Master can the East Sea truly be peaceful. Only then can our family truly live a stable and peaceful life. Dragon Mother looked at my resolute gaze and finally sighed, nodding. All right, Mom won't stop you, but you must promise, Mom, that you will return safely. Mom and your brothers and sisters will be waiting for you in the Dragon Palace. Don't worry, Mom. I nodded with a smile. I will definitely return. The charming 9th brother swam to my side, his eyes red-rimmed. He opened his mouth and spat out a pearl emitting a soft green light, handing it to me. Wear this. This is a life pearl I condensed after awakening my healing divine ability. Inside, the stored life pearl, it stores all of my healing power. If you get injured, it can immediately help you heal. I looked at the life pearl, my heart feeling warm. I reached out and took it. Thank you, charming 9th brother. I will definitely bring it back safely. And our other brothers and sisters also opened their mouths one after another, spitting out their innate magical treasures. Xiao Jiu, this is my Yinglong war drum. It can subdue your combat power. Little 9, this is my water-controlled jade talisman. It can help you control water currents in the sealed land. Little 9, this is my demon-breaking dragon spear. It can break through all demonic energy. Looking at my brothers and sisters before me, my nose tingled, and I almost shed tears. To be reborn in this life and have such wonderful people. It's worth it. All right. I've accepted all your good intentions. I took their innate magical treasures and said with a smile, wait for me to return, and our family will celebrate properly. After speaking, I turned and swayed my dragon body. Golden light flashed around me, and I once again transformed into my 10,000 Zhanglong ancestral dragon true body, flying towards the sealed land at the bottom of the 4 seas. Behind me, Dragon Mother and the 8 brothers and sisters stood together at the entrance of the Dragon Palace, waving their hands at my retreating figure. Xiao Jiu, you must return safely. I didn't look back, but merely waved my dragon claw behind me. My figure flashed, and I vanished into the deep sea. In just a moment, I arrived once again at the sealed land at the bottom of the 4 seas. It was even more terrifying here than when I had left before. The cracks in the seal were growing larger and larger. Dark demonic energy, the black demonic energy was like a tide, surged madly from the cracks like a tide. The seawater at the entire bottom of the 4 seas, all had already turned pitch black. It was filled with corrosive demonic energy. Even the reefs at the bottom of the sea were corroded and riddled with holes. Sister, you're finally here. From deep within the seal came the mad laughter of the Abyss Master. I thought you'd hide in the Dragon Palace and be a coward for life. How dare you come here alone? Aren't you afraid I'll devour you? Devour me, I sneered. I opened my mouth and inhaled. The demonic energy, wildly gushing out around me, was instantly swallowed by me into my body. With just this much ability, you're not enough. I came today, precisely, to completely resolve the trouble that is you, and inherit the Ancestor's legacy. Resolve me, the Abyss Master. Burst into mad laughter. Youngster, you're too naive. Do you really think that by awakening the ancestral dragon bloodline, you can contend with me? I was born at the same time as the ancestral dragon. I am the embodiment of his evil thoughts. I know his capabilities perfectly well. Do you think the legacy he left behind is that easy to inherit? Today, since you've come here, don't even think about leaving alive. Your bloodline, your legacy, will all be mine. As his words fell, the seal suddenly began to tremble violently. Countless pitch-black demonic runes spread out from the cracks in the seal. The entire sealing formation actually began to slowly operate, and the direction of its operation was actually towards loosening it. How is that possible? My pupils contracted. My eyes were filled with disbelief. This is the sealing formation set up by the ancestral dragon. How could you possibly control it? Why not? The Abyss Master's voice was full of triumph. I told you, I am the embodiment of the ancestral dragon's evil thoughts. We are of the same origin. This grand formation was formed from his dragon body. Naturally, it also recognizes the bloodline. Over these years, I have been constantly comprehending the operational laws of this grand formation. Now, I can finally completely control it. Youngster, today is the day I break free, and also your death day. Asterisk rumble rumble exclamation asterisk. As the Abyss Master's words, the cracks in the sealing formation instantly expanded dozens of times. A terrifying demonic shadow slowly walked out from the cracks. This demonic shadow was 10,000 Zhang tall. The demonic energy around its body had almost solidified. A pair of blood-red eyes were filled with tyranny and madness. It was precisely the true form of the Abyss Master. Its aura was 100 times, 1,000 times stronger than its previous 2 clones. Just by standing there, the entire 4 seas began to tremble violently. Space shattered inch by inch. Youngster, prepare to die. The true form of the Abyss Master roared, raising its hand, and unleashed a demonic claw that blotted out the sky. As this palm descended, it was as if the entire world was about to be shattered. The seawater was instantly evaporated. Completely, even time began to twist under this palm. Looking at this world-destroying palm strike, I not only felt no fear, Looking at this world-destroying palm strike, I not only showed no fear, but instead, I laughed. What are you laughing at? The Abyss Master frowned, its eyes filled with rage. You're at death's door, yet you can still laugh. I laugh at your naivete. I said faintly, do you really think you can control the sealing formation left by the Ancestor? Do you really think he would leave such a huge flaw? You are merely the evil thought he nurtured. He left this grand formation not to seal you, but to wait for a descendant like me to completely. Completely what? The Abyss Master's expression instantly changed, its eyes filled with disbelief. Just then, the entire sealing formation suddenly erupted with 10,000 Zhang of golden light. Countless golden dragon patterns emerged from the grand formation. The grand formation, which was originally operating towards unsealing, instantly reversed direction, wildly operating towards sealing. The demonic energy gushing out from the cracks was instantly purified completely by the golden dragon patterns. Even the true form of the Abyss Master was tightly entangled by the golden dragon patterns, unable to move. Impossible. Impossible, impossible. The Abyss Master struggled madly, its eyes filled with terror and despair. Why is this happening? I clearly already controlled the grand formation. Why is this happening? Because from the very beginning, you fell into the Ancestor's trap. I slowly spoke, walking towards him step by step. He had long foreseen that you would awaken after 10,000 years, and would try every means to break the seal. He will try every possible means to awaken. So he left this grand formation, precisely to make you spend 10,000 years comprehending it and deciphering it. When you thought you had control of the grand formation, that was the moment you would be completely trapped, and I am the key to activating the final seal. No, I refuse to accept this. The Abyss Master roared madly. I plotted for 10,000 years. I waited for 10,000 years. How could I end up like this? I refuse. Refuse or not, you must accept it, I said coldly, having already walked before him. My dragon claw slowly rose and pressed onto his glabella. Ancestral dragon evolution art. This is a divine ability I just comprehended from the ancestral dragon's legacy, specifically for evolving him. As my words fell, the golden ancestral dragon power instantly surged into the Abyss Master's body. The Abyss Master let out a heart-wrenching shriek. The demonic energy around its body rapidly dissipated at a visible speed. Its body also gradually became transparent. No, no, please, spare me. I am willing to return to my origin. I will never wreak havoc in the three realms again. Please, in its voice, there was no longer the previous madness and tyranny. Only endless fear and pleading remained. Too late, I said faintly. Over 10,000 years. How many living beings have you harmed in the three realms? How many of the dragon race have died by your hand? This debt should be settled today. After speaking, the ancestral dragon power in my hand surged again, completely surging into his body. In just a moment, the Abyss Master's body, along with its divine soul, was completely purified, leaving behind only a wisp of the purest primordial power. Floating before me, system notification, purified Abyss Master. Ancestral Dragon's Evil Karma. Obtained 1 unit of pure Ancestral Dragon Primordial Essence. Obtained 10 million evolution points. Unlocked Ancestral Dragon True Body. Current form, Primordial Ancestral Dragon. Current combat power assessment. Supreme of the three realms. An unprecedented power. Instantly erupted within my body. My 10,000 Zhang long dragon body surged again. The golden light around my body illuminated the entire 4 seas, illuminating the entire 3 realms. Countless innate Taoist runes circulated around my body. Between the dragon horns on my head, chaos was created. Yin and Yang evolved. The supreme might of the primordial ancestral dragon instantly swept across the 3 realms and 6 paths. The heavenly court high above, with all its civil and military officials, collectively walked out of the Xianxia treasure hall and collectively bowed towards the East Sea, the underworld beneath the 9 nethers. The 10 Yama kings, leading countless Yin soldiers, collectively bowed towards the East Sea. All living beings in the 4 seas and 8 desolaces, at this moment, bowed their heads in homage towards the East Sea. As for me, I slowly closed my eyes and began to merge with the ancestral dragon's complete legacy. Countless pieces of information surged into my mind like a tide. The ancestral dragon's lifelong cultivation, his insights into the great Dao, all his divine abilities, all completely became mine. When I opened my eyes again, the entire world was beneath my gaze. A slight tremor, I raised my hand and waved. The great ceiling formation, originally covered in cracks, instantly returned to its original state. It was even more solid than before. The seawater of the 4 seas, polluted by demonic energy, also instantly became clear again. Those living beings killed by demonic energy also revived under my power of creation. After completing all of this, I then reigned in the aura around my body. My figure flashed as I flew towards the East Sea Dragon Palace. In but a blink of an eye, I was back at the entrance of the Dragon Palace. Dragon Mother and my 8 elder siblings and Wume were anxiously waiting there. Seeing me return, they instantly surrounded me. Dragon Mother embraced me tightly, calling out Little 9, her voice choked with tears. "You're finally back." Mother was worried sick. "Ninth brother, you're all right." "That's wonderful." Wume also rushed forward. Her dragon eyes were filled with tears. We thought something had happened to you." "Don't worry," I said, smiling and patting them. "I promised you all that I would return safely, and that great demon has been completely dealt with by me. From now on, the East Sea will never be in danger again." Really, my 8 elder siblings' eyes lit up, their faces full of excitement. "Little 9, you're too amazing. You actually destroyed that Abyss Master. From now on, our East Sea will be the safest place in the 3 realms. Just above these 19 heavens, bursts of immortal music drifted down. Countless golden auspicious clouds covered the sky above the East Sea. The Jade Emperor, accompanied by the Queen Mother and the entire imperial court of civil and military immortals, slowly descended. They walked before me and respectfully bowed to me. "Greetings, Great Emperor Xulong." The Jade Emperor spoke respectfully. The previous incident in the East Sea was due to the heavenly court's lax supervision, allowing treacherous individuals to seize the opportunity, bringing upon Great Emperor Xulong and the East Sea Dragon clan an unforeseen disaster. "I am here to apologize to Great Emperor Xulong." After speaking, he bowed deeply to me once more. The civil and military officials behind him also collectively bowed respectfully. "Greetings, Great Emperor Xulong," looking at the Jade Emperor and the group of immortals before me. I spoke indifferently. "There's no need for apologies. My East Sea Dragon clan only wishes to guard the four seas well and protect the waterways of the three realms. We do not wish to participate in the heavenly court's disputes, but if anyone dares to collude with demons again in the future, to plot against my four seas or harm my dragon clan, then don't blame me for being impolite." "Yes, yes, yes," the Jade Emperor quickly nodded. "Great Emperor Xulong speaks wisely. Upon my return, I will immediately rectify the heavenly court, strictly investigate all departments and ensure that such incidents never happen again. As an apology, I have specially brought a Chaos Pearl, a supreme treasure of the heavenly court, 3,000 immortal peaches, and various rare treasures of heaven and earth to offer to Great Emperor Xulong. I hope Great Emperor Xulong will graciously accept them." After speaking, he raised his hand and waved. Countless rare treasures were neatly arranged before me. Countless rare treasures were neatly arranged before me, emitting dazzling light. I glanced at them and did not decline. I raised my hand and collected them. "Thank you for your kindness, Jade Emperor," I said indifferently. Seeing this, the Jade Emperor immediately breathed a sigh of relief. He exchanged a few more polite words with me. Then, he hastily returned to the heavenly court with his civil and military officials. Due to this event, the entire three realms, no one dared to provoke the East Sea Dragon clan again. Everyone knew that the East Sea had produced a great emperor, a reincarnation of the ancestral dragon, who was truly the supreme being of the three realms. Even the Jade Emperor of the heavenly court had to show him deference. In the days that followed, the East Sea Dragon Palace completely regained its former liveliness. The entire Four Seas Dragon clan was celebrating the abyss, Master being eliminated, celebrating my becoming the new co-ruler of the Four Seas. Dragon Mother also reassumed her position as the East Sea Dragon King, and I was jointly honored by the Four Seas Dragon clan. As Great Emperor Xulong, eldest brother, became the Grand Marshal of the Four Seas military, in charge of all Dragon Clan military forces in the Four Seas. Second sister became the Water God of the Four Seas, in charge of all waterways in the Four Seas. Wumei became the Goddess of Life of the Four Seas, in charge of the reproduction and healing of all living beings in the Four Seas. My other elder siblings also each received their own positions. Under the management of our family, the entire Four Seas became more prosperous and peaceful than ever before. Life was lively and peaceful. This day, I was with my elder siblings in the Dragon Palace's coral garden, drinking. Fifth sister suddenly leaned close to me and whispered, "Ninth brother, come with me for a moment. I have something to tell you." I was startled. "Come with me for a moment. I have something to tell you," she added. I paused for a moment. I smiled and nodded. Following her, I walked to the depths of the coral garden. "What is it, fifth sister?" I asked with a smile. "Is there something you can't say in front of our elder brothers and sisters?" Ninth brother fifth sister looked up. Her pair of watery dragon eyes gazed at me. Her cheeks red. She whispered, "Thank you. Before, when I awakened my divine abilities, it was you who used the ancestral dragon's origin power to help me restore my divine soul. And this time, you returned safely. I'm truly so happy." Before she could finish speaking, she suddenly stopped, her eyes instantly filled with terror, staring fixedly behind me. "Ninth brother, be careful." She suddenly lunged forward, blocking in front of me. A pitch-black spatial rift suddenly opened behind me. A beam of light carrying endless destructive aura instantly shot out from the rift, firing directly towards my back, and struck Wumei, who had just lunged forward. With a PFFT sound, Wumei's dragon scales instantly shattered. A mouthful of golden dragon blood spurted out, and her entire body collapsed softly. Wumei, my fury intensified. I quickly embraced the fallen Wumei. In my eyes, monstrous wrath instantly ignited. The ancestral dragon's power around my body instantly erupted, firmly locking onto that spatial rift. Great Emperor Xulong, long time no see. We have been in chaos, waiting for you for a very long time. Who are you? I roared angrily. one hand embracing the weakly breathing Wume, and the other firmly pressing down on the spatial rift. "Who are we?" That voice laughed wildly. "We are the Chaos Demon Gods who were sealed in chaos by your old ancestor." Xiaolong, the Chaos Demon Gods sealed in chaos by your old ancestor. Xiaolong, back then, he used his life force to seal us, and sealed countless of our brethren. Now, his reincarnated self is right here. Naturally, we have returned to properly settle the old score with you. Your little lover blocked this blow for you, quite deep in affection and loyalty. But it doesn't matter. Next, the entire three realms will pay the price for her. As his voice fell, countless terrifying auras burst forth from the chaotic rift. The heavens and earth of the entire three realms instantly became incredibly dim. A terrifying pressure, tens of thousands of times stronger than the Abyss Master, instantly swept across the entire three realms. I lowered my head, looking at the weakly breathing Wume in my arms. My eyes were filled with icy murderous intent. Gently placing her on the ground, I slowly stood up and looked towards the constantly expanding chaotic rift. My 10,000 Zhanglong ancestral dragon true form once again unfurled. No matter who dares to harm my family, who dares to destroy my home, I will surely make their soul and spirit perish, and never reincarnate eternally. Demon gods in the chaos, you wish to come out, then I will personally enter the chaos, and make you stay there forever. Just as the ancestral dragon's power around my body surged, and I was about to plunge headfirst into the chaotic rift, Wume in my arms suddenly let out a faint sound. Her life, which was originally about to dissipate, her life aura suddenly burst forth with a gentle, yet incomparably vast green light. I abruptly lowered my head to look, my pupils suddenly constricted. How is this possible? The law of life within her body was actually frantically surging. The wisp of ancestral dragon's origin power I had previously transferred to her. The wisp of ancestral dragon's origin power I had previously transferred to her. The law of life within his body was surprisingly surging frantically. That wisp of ancestral dragon origin that I previously passed to him. Unexpectedly, under the stimulation of this fatal blow, he completely merged with his dragon bloodline, the ancestral dragon bloodline, which was originally just a trace. Now, like a prairie fire, wildly swept through every drop of blood in his entire body. A system notification sound suddenly echoed in my mind. Target detected. Princess Wu has awakened the ancestral dragon life bloodline. Bloodline purity 15%. Continuously increasing. Unlocked innate divine ability. Life's return. Revival of all things. Target's vital signs are rapidly recovering. Fatal injuries have been repaired by the law of life. I was stunned for a moment. My hanging heart finally settled back into my chest. In that instant just now, I had even prepared myself that even if I had to overturn the entire chaos, I would drag Wume's soul back from reincarnation. I didn't expect this fatal blow would actually become the catalyst for her bloodline awakening. Wume slowly opened her eyes. A pair of watery dragon eyes looked at me. Her cheeks were still flushed. Was I very brave just now? Her voice was still a little weak, but it carried a hint of pride. I looked at her like this, feeling a mix of exasperation and fondness. I reached out my hand and gently rubbed her head. Silly girl, don't be so impulsive next time. If something happened to you, even if Ninth Brother had to shatter the three realms, I wouldn't forgive myself. Just then, the chaotic rift suddenly trembled violently. Countless dark streams of chaotic energy surged out wildly. Three demonic figures, 1,000 Zhang tall, stepped out from the rift. The terrifying aura emanating from their bodies instantly caused the entire East Sea's waters to boil. On each demonic figure, there was a terrifying power capable of destroying everything. They were the vanguards of the 72 Chaos Demon Gods. Mad Demon, Thunder Demon, and Water Demon. Ancestral dragon brat. Didn't expect you'd still have the nerve to be here flirting. The mad demon, who was leading them, let out a harsh, wild laugh. The chaos wind blade in his hand instantly condensed and fiercely slashed towards me and Wume on the ground. If this wind blade were to land, it would be enough to cut the entire East Sea Dragon Palace, along with the surrounding 10,000 Li of sea, into pieces. Wanna touch my sister? Get past me first. I roared in anger, and my figure flashed, blocking in front of Wume. The 10,000 Zhanglong ancestral dragon tail violently swished. The golden dragon tail, carrying the power to split heaven and earth, fiercely slammed onto the Chaos Wind Blade. With a loud bang, the Chaos Wind Blade instantly shattered. The scattered air currents were instantly purified by the ancestral dragon power around me. Not even a ripple was stirred. Quite capable. Even thunder couldn't stir up a ripple. Quite capable. A hint of surprise flashed in Thunder Demon's eyes. The Chaos Thunder Jai in his hand instantly condensed. Countless dark bolts of lightning like wild pythons, fiercely struck towards me. This chaos thunder Jai was the primordial thunder from the dawn of creation. Even the great emperors of the heavenly court would have their souls perish if struck. With just this much ability, you dare come to my East Sea and act wild. I sneered and opened my mouth to inhale. The ultimate devouring power instantly erupted, causing countless violent chaos thunder tribulations to converge like 100 rivers flowing into the sea, and were all swallowed by me in one gulp into my belly. Devoured chaos primordial thunder. Obtained 20 fragments of the law of thunder. Obtained 2 million evolution points. Unlocked divine ability. Chaos Thunder Art. What the 3 Chaos Demon Gods were instantly dumbfounded. They never expected that their proud innate divine ability would actually be swallowed by me in one gulp. This was the power of Chaos Origin. Even the ancestral dragon of old wouldn't dare to devour it so easily. How could you possibly devour the power of Chaos Origin? Water Demon shrieked in surprise, her face full of disbelief. Why can't I? I spoke calmly. My figure flashed, instantly appearing before the 3 demon gods. They didn't even see my movements clearly. My 9-clawed golden dragon claw had already slammed fiercely onto Mad Demon's chest. With a loud bang, Mad Demon's 1,000-jang-tall demonic body was instantly sent flying by my strike, heavily crashing into the chaotic rift, sent flying out, and heavily crashed into the edge of the chaotic rift. His entire chest caved in. Demonic blood spurted out. Injured Mad Demon gained 1 million purification points. Seeking Death, Thunder Demon, and Water Demon were both shocked and enraged at the sight. They fiercely brandished the chaos demonic weapons in their hands and charged towards me. Thunder Demon's Chaos Thunder Hammer and Water Demon's Fierce Demon Fork, carrying will-destroying power, fiercely smashed towards my head. In my eyes, their movements were as slow as snails in time and space. I let out a low roar. The ancestral dragon's divine ability instantly activated. The surrounding space and time instantly completely froze. Thunder Demon's and Water Demon's movements were abruptly halted in midair. They couldn't even move their eyeballs. I swung my dragon tail and swept it out fiercely. With 2 loud bangs, the 2 Chaos Demon Gods were instantly sent flying. They heavily crashed onto the reefs at the bottom of the sea. The entire seabed was smashed into 2 huge deep craters. They spat out demonic blood. Severely wounded, defeated Thunder Demon and Water Demon. Gained 2 million purification points. Current purification points, 15 million/20 million, can unlock Ancestral Dragon True Body. Chaos form. In just a few breaths of time, all 3 Chaos Demon God Vanguards were defeated by me. Dragon Mother and the 8 older brothers and sisters, who had rushed over from afar, seeing this scene, instantly breathed a sigh of relief. Eldest brother roared, Little Ninth, and rushed over with his younger brothers and sisters. His Yinglong true body fully unfolded, blocking the side of the chaotic rift. These scoundrels dare to trespass into my East Sea and injure my sister. Today, I will make sure they come and have no return. Second sister also immediately activated her water control divine ability. The entire East Sea's water instantly condensed, transforming into countless golden water dragons, surrounding the 3 injured Chaos Demon Gods. Fifth sister also stood up from the ground. Green light surged around her body. The Life's Return divine ability activated. The Dragon Palace, which had just been damaged by the chaotic energy, and the sea creatures injured in the vicinity, instantly all recovered to their original state. Even the shattered reefs on the seabed grew back to their original form. Such powerful lore of life. Mad Demon crawled out from the deep crater, his eyes filled with greed. Unexpectedly, besides the ancestral dragon reincarnation, there's also a junior who awakened the origin of life. As long as I devour you too, this lord, will be able to step into the realm of Chaos Master in one go. No longer will I need to be sealed within that dark and sunless chaos. Just with you, I sneered, and my figure flashed, instantly appearing before Mad Demon. He wanted to resist, but my speed was too fast. He couldn't dodge at all. I opened my maw. The primordial devouring power instantly erupted, directly enveloping Mad Demon. No, Mad Demon's eyes were instantly filled with terror. He frantically pushed his chaos power, trying to resist, but his chaos power, in front of my devouring power, was like ice and snow meeting a scorching sun. It was instantly devoured completely. His demonic body was also slowly being sucked into my mouth. Unwilling, I am a Chaos Demon God. Mad Demon let out a final, desperate roar, but was ultimately swallowed whole by me. Not even a trace of his soul escaped. Devoured Chaos Demon God Mad Demon. Gained 5 million evolution points, obtained 1 origin of the Law of Seal, unlocked Ancestral Dragon True Body. Chaos form, progress, 30%. seeing Mad Demon being swallowed whole by me. Thunder Demon and Water Demon were instantly scared out of their wits. They never expected a dignified Chaos Demon God. Actually, in front of a little fellow who had just awakened, the ancient dragon bloodline couldn't even withstand a single move. Stop! The two demon gods cried out in unison. They turned and fled towards the Chaos Rift, hoping to escape back into the chaos. Trying to run, too late. A glint flashed in my eyes. My words became law. I slowly spoke. As the four words fell, an invisible power of law instantly swept forth. The Thunder Demon and Water Demon, who were frantically fleeing, were instantly frozen in place. Their bodies were as if pressed down by invisible mountains, unable to move a single step. My body flashed, instantly appearing behind the two demon gods. My claw fiercely struck out, directly piercing through their demonic regions and crushing their demon cores. The two demon gods let out shrill screams. With their demon cores crushed, 90% of their cultivation instantly dissipated. Without the slightest hesitation, I opened my mouth and inhaled, directly swallowing the bodies of the two demon gods, along with their demon cores, into my being. From the Chaos Demon gods, Thunder Demon and Water Demon gained 10 million purification points, gained 1 origin of the Law of Thunder, gained 1 origin of the Law of Water, unlocked Ancestral Dragon True Form, Chaos Form, Progress, 100%. Current Form, Chaos Ancestral Dragon. A surge of unprecedented power instantly erupted within my body. My 10,000 Zhanglong Ancestral Dragon True Form swelled once more. Upon the golden dragon scales all over my body, chaotic colored patterns began to flow between the dragon horns on my head. Chaotic energy surged wildly, faintly manifesting the intent of creation. A supreme pressure, belonging to the Chaos Ancestral Dragon, instantly swept across the entire 3 realms. Incredible! Even those terrifying presences deep within the Chaos Rift condensed for a moment at this instant. Little Jew Dragon Mother swam, looking at the chaotic aura around me. Her eyes were filled with both relief and worry. Are you all right? This chaotic power is too overbearing. Will it harm your foundation? Don't worry, Mom, I said, shaking my head with a smile. This chaotic power has been completely refined by me. Not only will it not harm me, but it will also elevate my strength to a new level. I then turned my head to look at the continuously expanding Chaos Rift, my brows furrowing slightly. Continuously expanding Chaos Rift, my brows furrowing slightly. Those 3 earlier were merely vanguards. Deeper within the rift, there are even more terrifying presences, at least dozens of chaos demon gods of the same caliber as them, and even a few whose aura is hundreds of times stronger than theirs, or even 1,000 times stronger. They should be the leader-level figures among the 72 chaos demon gods. What Big Brother's expression instantly changed. Dozens of chaos demon gods. Doesn't that mean the demon gods sealed by our ancestor back then are all about to break free? Most likely, I nodded. When I devoured those 3 demon gods just now, I read their memories. After our ancestor mended the heavens with his body, he scattered all 72 rebellious chaos demon gods, true forms, and sealed them separately in 9 nodes across the 3 realms. The Chaos Rift here is just one of those sealed nodes. Now, not only here, but the other 8 sealed nodes in the 3 realms have all loosened. Many remnant souls of demon gods have already broken free and are causing chaos throughout the 3 realms. As these words were spoken, everyone's expressions turned grim. All 9 sealed nodes of the 3 realms loosening simultaneously. This means a catastrophe sweeping across the entire 3 realms has already begun. If we cannot reinforce the seals in time and eliminate the demon gods who have broken free, the entire 3 realms will be utterly destroyed by the chaos demon gods. What do we do now? Second sister asked. Frowning, we can't just stand by and watch the 3 realms be destroyed. As the dragon race, having witnessed the destruction of the 3 realms, we are dominant. We, the dragon clan, as masters of the 4 seas, protecting the waterways of the 3 realms is our duty. What's more, once those demon gods break free, the first ones they'll target are us, the East Sea Dragon Clan. Exactly, I nodded, my eyes filled with determination. This matter began because of our dragon clan, so naturally, it should be resolved by our dragon clan. Now, we will split into 2 paths. Big brother, you take 3rd brother, 4th brother, and 6th brother to guard the East Sea. Lord Lun mutually helped mother and 5th sister. At the same time, contact the dragon clans of the 4 seas, gather our forces, and be ready at any moment to confront the demon gods breaking free. 2nd sister, you take 7th sister and 8th brother, and 9th sister, to the heavenly court and the underworld. Inform them of the news that the chaos demon gods are breaking free. Have them organize their heavenly soldiers and underworld soldiers, and guard the sealed nodes in their respective territories. I will personally travel to various places in the three realms, reinforce the seals, and eliminate the demon gods who have already broken free. No Dragon Mother immediately grabbed me, her eyes filled with concern. Little Jew, it's too dangerous. Those chaos demon gods are beings from the same era as our ancestor. If something were to happen to you alone, what would your mother do? That's right. Wu Mei also quickly grabbed my dragon claw, her eyes red. I'll go with you. I've awakened the divine ability of life. I can heal your wounds, even if we encounter danger. I can shield you. Silly girl, I said, smiling and rubbing her head. You've just awakened your bloodline, and you can't fully control the law of life yet. Coming with me would put you in danger instead. You stay in the Dragon Palace to help Big Brother guard the East Sea and protect. Help Big Brother guard the East Sea. Protecting Mom is the greatest help you can give me. Don't worry. I am now the Chaos Ancestral Dragon, not to mention those demon gods who are merely remnant souls breaking free. Even if their true forms were to arrive, I am confident I can make sure they never return. But Dragon Mother still wanted to say something, but I cut her off. Mom, please rest assured, I promised you I would return safe and sound. Moreover, only by completely resolving these chaos demon gods can our family truly live peacefully and securely. Have you forgotten? I am your son, the reincarnation of the primordial ancestral dragon. This little trouble won't stump me. Dragon Mother looked at my determined gaze and finally sighed, then nodded. Mom won't stop you, but you must promise Mom to be careful in everything you do. If you encounter danger, return to the Dragon Palace immediately. Even if our family has to risk our lives, we will protect you. I understand. Mom, I said, nodding with a smile. I turned to look at Big Brother. Big Brother, I'm entrusting the Dragon Palace to you. Don't worry. Little Jew Big Brother straightened his back and patted his chest, assuring me, with Big Brother here, even if the sky falls, I will hold it up for you. I will absolutely not let anyone harm Mom and Wu Mei, nor will I allow any trouble in the East Sea. Good, I nodded. I then looked at Second Sister. Second Sister, I'll trouble you with the Heavenly Court and the Underworld. No problem. Little Jew Second Sister nodded, her eyes full of determination. I will definitely deliver the message and ensure the Heavenly Court and Underworld are prepared. I will absolutely not hold you back. Having arranged everything, I did not linger further. Golden light enveloped my body as my Chaos Ancestral Dragon true form unfolded. With a flicker of my form, I vanished from the surface of the East Sea, heading straight for the first sealed node of the three realms, the South Heaven Gate. The 9 sealed nodes of the three realms are Heavenly Courts, South Heaven Gate, Underworld's Reincarnation Stream, Xianxia, Kunlun's Jade Pond, Northern Darkness's Northern Sea, Southern Wild's Buddha Yan Mountain, Eastern Pudu, Wazhu Mountain's Remnant Range, Four Seas Return Zone, East Sea Dragon Palace, and the Chaos Rift. Among them, the sealed node at the South Heaven Gate is, apart from the East Sea and the Chaos Rift, the most severely loosened one. Remnant souls of demon gods have already broken free and are causing chaos outside the South Heaven Gate. In just the blink of an eye, I had traversed 10,000 li of sea, arriving outside the South Heaven Gate. From afar, I saw chaos outside the South Heaven Gate. Countless heavenly soldiers and generals were entangled in battle with over a dozen dark demonic figures. Those demonic figures were the remnant souls of chaos demon gods, tearing through the air. Each one possessed power capable of shaking the Heavenly Court's foundations. The heavenly soldiers and generals were no match at all, being beaten back repeatedly. Even the plaque of the South Heaven Gate was half shattered. Countless heavenly soldiers suffered heavy casualties. Screams, a demonic shadow at the forefront. Sheltered by porcelain, it was none other than the Strength Demon, one of the 72 Chaos Demon gods, wielding a giant chaos axe. With a single downward swing, hundreds of heavenly soldiers were cleaved and destroyed. Even the exquisite pagoda of pagoda-bearing heavenly king, Lai Jing, was split with a crack by his single strike. Lai Jing coughed up blood and retreated repeatedly. He's no match at all. Halota, you heavenly court trash. Is this all you've got? The Strength Demon let out a burst of wild laughter. The giant axe in his hand was raised again, about to cleave down fiercely upon Lai Jing. With this one axe strike, Lai Jing would undoubtedly be cleaved into oblivion, body and soul. At this critical moment, I finally arrived. Stop, I roared, my voice piercing through the boundless primordial chaos. My true form as the primordial chaos ancestral dragon completely unfolded in the void, leading a 1,000,000-strong dragon army directly towards the battlefield. The ancestral dragon, who was currently locked in battle, heard my voice and sharply turned his head when he saw my 10,000 Zhanglong primordial chaos ancestral dragon true form and the dragon army behind me. His eyes instantly burst forth with an incredible light. Immediately, it turned into endless gratification. Good, 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 the ancestral dragon repeated good 3 times, his voice trembling slightly. My descendant has finally arrived. The demon lord let out a burst of insane laughter. Ancestral dragon, do you think that with these helpers, you can change the outcome? Today, you too, grandfather and grandson, along with these dragon ants, will all die here. This universe will ultimately become my nourishment. Just you, I sneered, my figure flashing, instantly appearing beside the ancestral dragon. Old ancestor, please rest. Leave this to me. The ancestral dragon looked at me, his eyes filled with gratification and pride. He nodded. Good, my good child. The old ancestor nodded proudly. Good, my good child. Let old ancestor see how far you've grown. Demon lord, I said coldly, my gaze firmly fixed on that boundless black entity. You have disturbed the 3 realms, wantonly harming living beings, and plotted against my dragon clan for 10,000 years. Today, it's time we settle this score properly. Just you, a mere fledgling, the demon lord, was full of disdain. Even ancestral dragon couldn't trap me, and you dare to speak so arrogantly. Today, I'll devour you first, then devour the ancestral dragon. With that, the demon lord fiercely charged towards me. A boundless black shadow instantly enveloped the entire primordial chaos void. Countless demonic tentacles, carrying world-destroying power, lashed fiercely towards me. Wherever they passed, the primordial chaos void shattered inch by inch. I looked at the charging demon lord, with not a trace of fear in my eyes. I opened my mouth and inhaled, and the ultimate primordial chaos, devouring power instantly erupted. A boundless primordial chaos black hole formed before me. Its terrifying suction force instantly enveloped the entire battlefield. The demonic tentacles lashing towards me were instantly sucked into the black hole, unable to even stir a ripple. What? The demon lord's pupils constricted, his face filled with disbelief. What kind of power is this? It can actually devour my demonic essence. This is power specially prepared for you, I said coldly, my dragon tail fiercely lashing out, carrying the primordial chaos power of creation. Striking fiercely upon the demon lord's black shadow, slammed onto the black shadow of the lord of evil demons. With a loud bang, the demon lord's black shadow was instantly struck and scattered by more than half, letting out a mournful shriek. Injured the demon lord. Gained 1 billion primordial evolution points. My primordial essence fusion degree broke through the limit. Unlocked primordial heaven opening, divine ability. Eldest brother, lead our brothers to set up the ancestral dragon, 9 arrays. I roared. Trap the demonic army. Don't let them interfere with me. Okay. Eldest brother Xianxia roared, leading his 8 younger siblings to instantly spread out. 9 dragon shadows in the primordial chaos void formed a huge battle array, which was precisely the ancestral dragon 9 arrays left by the ancestral dragon. The dragon has 9 sons, each with their own divine abilities. When the 9 combine forces, they can trap heaven and earth and slay divine trees. The million-strong dragon army also immediately formed battle arrays and engaged the demonic army. The entire primordial chaos void instantly erupted with shouts of killing and battle cries that shook the heavens. Demon Lord, now, it's time for the 2 of us to settle things properly, I said coldly. The primordial chaos power around my body instantly erupted to its peak. My 10,000 Zhanglong primordial chaos ancestral dragon true form surged, directly reaching a length of 100,000 Zhang. The primordial chaos Dao patterns around my body manifested visions of countless universes being born and destroyed. A supreme pressure belonging to a primordial chaos sovereign instantly swept across the entire primordial chaos void. You've actually reached this realm. The demon lord's eyes were filled with terror. He finally understood that the strength of this ancestral dragon descendant before him. Then this ancestral dragon descendant's strength had already far surpassed his imagination and was something he simply couldn't contend with. Trying to run. Too late, I sneered. The space-time stagnation, divine ability, instantly activated. The time in the entire primordial chaos completely froze at this moment. The demon lord's movements abruptly halted in place. Unable to move, my figure flashed, instantly appearing before the demon lord. I opened my massive mouth, and the ultimate primordial chaos devouring power erupted to its extreme. The demon lord's entire black shadow, along with his core essence, was slowly sucked into my mouth. I won't accept this. I am the demon lord. I have devoured countless universes. How can I die by the hand of a mere fledgling like you? The demon lord let out his final desperate roar, but was ultimately completely devoured by me. Not even a trace of his remnant soul remained. Devoured the demon lord. Gained 100 billion primordial evolution points. Unlocked ultimate form. Primordial chaos, ancestral dragon sovereign body. Current combat power assessment. Invincible in the primordial chaos universe. A never-before-felt power instantly exploded within my body. My 100,000 Jianglong dragon body surged again. Upon every dragon scale around my body, a complete primordial chaos universe manifested. Between the dragon horns on my head, the imagery of creation and the opening of heaven eternally emerged. With a single thought, the entire primordial chaos void trembled in response. Those demons who were entangled in battle with the dragon army, under my immense pressure, instantly turned to ash. Not even a trace was left behind. The battle was over. I slowly reigned in my aura and came before the ancestral dragon. I respectfully performed a bow towards him. Your junior, a descendant of the dragon clan, Little Nine, greets old ancestor good. Good. The ancestral dragon looked at me, his eyes filled with gratification and pride. He extended a dragon claw and gently patted my shoulder. Good child, you did not disappoint me. You not only protected the three realms, protected the dragon clan, but also completely resolved the demon lord, removing a great scourge for the entire primordial chaos universe. You are worthy of the title of primordial chaos, ancestral dragon, and worthy of the position of co-lord of the four seas and supreme of the three realms. Old ancestor, you flatter me, I said with a smile. These are all things I should do. Protecting the dragon clan, protecting my family, and protecting the three realms is my responsibility. The ancestral dragon looked at me, then looked at Dragon Mother and my 8 elder siblings behind me, as well as Wume and the million-strong dragon army. His eyes were filled with joy. Excellent. The dragon clan, after being dormant for 10,000 years, is finally about to rise again. From today onwards, you are the co-lord of the Primordial Chaos Dragon Clan, in charge of the Dragon Clan throughout the entire Primordial Chaos universe. All dragons shall heed your command. Thank you, old ancestor. I, Gong Xianxia, accepted this inheritance. In the days that followed, I led the Dragon Clan's grand army within the vast primordial void to carve out a brand new territory, using the legacy left by Ancestor long as its foundation. I constructed a primordial dragon palace tens of thousands of times grander than the Dragon Palace of the East Sea. I connected the passage between the three realms and the primordial chaos. The ancient gods of the three realms could all come through the passage to the primordial chaos to pay their respects. Dragon clans from countless universes, upon hearing the news of the primordial ancestor dragon's general, came from far and wide to pledge their allegiance. The dragon clan ushered in its most glorious era since the shattering of the Great Desolation. I did not covet authority. I entrusted the daily affairs of the primordial dragon clan to my eldest brother and the old ancestor. As for myself, I accompanied Dragon Mother, along with my 8 elder brothers and sisters, and 5th sister, residing in the Dragon Palace, in the East Sea of the Primordial Alliance, living a leisurely and stable life. Eldest brother became the Grand Marshal of the Primordial Dragon Clan's forces, commanding the entire Dragon Clan army of the Primordial universe. Second sister became the Primordial Water God, controlling all waters in the Primordial Chaos. Fifth sister became the Primordial Goddess of Life, overseeing the laws of life throughout the entire Primordial universe. My other elder brothers and sisters also found their respective paths, carving out their own domains. Within the primordial universe, Dragon Mother also became the revered Dragon Mother of all dragon clans. Enjoying the bliss of family, 5th sister and I also held a grand wedding under the witness of the entire primordial dragon clan, becoming lifelong companions. On the day of the wedding, the Jade Emperor of the Three Realms, along with his full court of civil and military officials, the stone hall of the Imperial Palace, Yan Luozai, the Queen Mother of Kunlun, and powerful experts from countless universes all came to offer congratulations. The entire primordial East Sea was bustling with festivities for a full century. Days passed one by one. I accompanied 5th sister in the primordial East Sea's Coral Garden. Days passed one by one. I accompanied 5th sister in the Coral Garden of the primordial East Sea, watching her use her life divine ability to heal those injured small creatures, watching eldest brother lead the younger brothers in the martial arena, drilling the Dragon Clan army, watching second sister accompany Dragon Mother in the Dragon Palace Garden, enjoying the flowers. My heart was filled with peace and happiness. Reborn in this life, from a black loach mocked by old dragons, evolved step by step through devouring, eventually becoming the primordial supreme. Yet, what I treasured most was never this supreme power, but rather the family members by my side, who were willing to live and die with me, and accompany me through the entire primordial universe. One day, as I was sitting with Wume on a reef in the East Sea, gazing at the endless primordial starry sky, the old ancestor suddenly appeared beside me. He looked at me, a smile in his eyes, and a hint of mystery. Little Jew, do you think the Lord of demonic fiends is the ultimate end, beyond the primordial chaos? I abruptly turned my head to look at the old ancestor, a hint of surprise flashing in my eyes. Old ancestor, what do you mean by that? Ancestor Dragon smiled, raising his head to look towards the edge of the primordial starry sky. There was a boundless barrier there, separating a vaster world. The Lord of demonic fiends is merely an ant that ran in from beyond the barrier. The true world lies beyond this primordial barrier. There are countless chaotic universes, more powerful beings, a vaster heaven and earth, and also greater dangers. Following the old ancestor's gaze, I looked towards the edge of the primordial barrier. Within my golden dragon eyes, the raging desire for battle was rekindled, along with a yearning for the unknown world. The old ancestor looked at me in this state and smiled contentedly. So, you wish to go see it? I turned my head to look at Wume beside me. She gave me a sweet smile, her eyes full of determination. Wherever ninth brother goes, I will go. I then looked towards the distant dragon palace. Eldest brother and my other elder brothers and sisters were waving at me, their eyes filled with passion and anticipation. I looked at my family before me, and then gazed beyond the primordial barrier, at the endless unknown world. The old ancestor laughed. Good, then let us go together to see this vaster heaven and earth, and see what kind of scenery truly lies beyond this primordial chaos. A brand new journey, spanning countless chaotic universes, awaits me, and I, the primordial ancestor, Dragon Supreme, am about to lead my family and my dragon clan to shatter the primordial barrier and journey to those endless chaotic universes to begin a brand new legend.